guys. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of the Why Not Me podcast. Today, we got two people called Mike and Mike, not Mike and Ike, so we don't got those guys. But they're Bay Boys, so give a big round of applause to Mike and Mike. How you guys doing,
What's
bros?
up? So good. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm actually, I've been wanting to have someone on here that has to do with marijuana, so I'm actually very excited to have you guys on here.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah, nice.
I think that's what we would call ourselves, enthusiasts.
Nice. The only terrible timing about this is I'm going to start looking for a new job. So I can't smoke right now.
Oh, man, tough times.
I mean,
Yeah, it's interesting. Like people, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you could take a drug, like a cleanser or something. It's just, I'd rather not. Just go through it.
Yeah, why risk it, right?
Yeah. I did that one time. It was an experience, to say the least. I had to drink about half my body weight in liquid in order to flush everything out. And even then, I still didn't feel very comfortable.
Was that like
I knew a guy.
2 pounds of liquid or what?
It was like 118 ounces that I had to drink. And it was like, they give you this like 32-ounce jug. And then it comes with like a formula that's in it already. So you have to drink that thing. You have to wait a little bit, fill it with water, drink it again, fill it with water, drink it again, wait, go pee, do that 2 more times, and then you should be good to go by the next day.
No shit, huh?
Yeah, it was either that or it was going with the fake pee. And honestly, I was just not comfortable enough with the fake pee.
See, that's what I've always heard, people doing the fake pee.
I couldn't do it. It was just like, I couldn't go around with something in my. I was the type of guy that was like, my luck, I'm gonna walk down my interview hallway and it's just gonna fall out of my pants, and they're gonna be like, this guy.
See, I know a guy who he had to get pass a piss test for like his dream job, and he went in there, and so you ever play baseball? You can buy sliding shorts that have a slot in the front for you put your cup in there, so it's like a little pocket. So he would take the fake pee and wrap it around a hand warmer, stick it in that little fake pocket, and you go to take a piss for your piss test. You just pull down your pants and flip over that little thing, pop the cap and put it in the thing. Never had a problem. So he's done it like 3 or 4 times. Never had a problem.
Well, I mean, when you have special equipment for the tool or like for the job, right? You have a tool to do the job. You're gonna get it done right.
Got to be a Navy SEAL, baby. Adapt and overcome.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's funny. So, where would you normally tuck it in if you had to guess? Like in your underwear, like right there, like on the waistband?
I mean, I've heard people try all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
There was a guy in the NFL that had a fake dick.
Really?
He was from Sacramento.
Was that for just the test or just in general?
No. What was his
Who
name?
knows,
He
man?
was a running back for the Vikings. He went to Granite Bay High School.
Deion Sanders?
Nah. Mike Ontario was his name, maybe? I forget, but he failed an NFL drug test. He had a fake, they call it a Whizzinator. It's a fake penis with fake pee in it.
Pretty familiar.
You pull it out and you squeeze it, and then it shoots the fake.
I think I may have
piss
seen
into the
that
cap.
at the local drug or liquor store.
I've definitely heard about it. It like ties. It's like a belt ties around you and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine. Like, no, like I'm cool. We're set.
You're gonna be all shaking or what? Like before you go in there, they're gonna be like, "Why are you so nervous?"
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna be like, I got this extra on me. I don't like. See, the thing that I've heard other people do is they'll take like Saran wrap or they'll take like some kind of tape or something, and then they'll tape it to the inside of their thigh so it stays warm. Or some people literally have the balls to just put it in between their sack and their thigh, and it just stays there. And I'm like, I am confident but like this is a job on the line. I don't know if I'm that confident.
Back like before, like all this stuff now at the airport with the X-ray, thing you go through.
Oh, you don't talk about the 80s.
People used to talk about taking weed, tucking under their taint, and walking through, security at the airport.
Much better word for that.
Yeah, the old taint there.
I like a gooch. I think gooch.
Gooch?
The gooch.
Yeah.
I played baseball with the guy last name Gooch.
Oh, perfect. That's the guy.
Yeah.
I wonder how the family got that name, huh?
He was a hell of a player too.
The family's been known for generations to handle that kind of thing.
To smuggle contraband.
Yeah.
What's crazy is you think about like in states like Washington, I know like marijuana is legal and that jobs still test for it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because they don't test you for alcohol.
Well, don't some jobs in California still test you?
A lot of jobs in California still
Yeah.
test.
Always,
Like Amazon, that's like the only
federal
thing. You could be a felon and work for Amazon, but as long as you pass a piss test.
I was going to say, as long as you can piss in a bottle, you can work at Amazon.
Exactly.
as long as you can stay working there, you can work for Amazon. Because I heard it's pretty
Yeah.
harsh there, bro.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I heard. Yeah, supposedly they like force people to work super overtime
Oh,
shifts
yeah.
and shit.
Terrible work conditions.
I heard people
Yeah.
can't even use the restroom. They got to pee in jars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's the point of your job. It's like even in jail, I get to go piss when I want.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I can't go piss at my job when I want, like, come on, like, you're telling me this is worse
this
than
a
jail?
job? Yeah.
Remember that episode of The Office?
Yeah.
You get to go
Prison
outside.
Mike.
You get to go outside.
Hey, so that's the trade-off for that 24-hour delivery, though, bro. That's why.
Right.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
just have to sacrifice
Right.
the livelihoods of thousands
Right.
of people.
Until they get the drones working.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo,
They'll get
yo.
kicked to the curb.
Dude, they're going to get
Right.
kicked to the curb, they get vandalized, or people are going to get hurt. I'm telling you, those drones are going to, somebody's going to be like, ooh, Amazon drone. Next thing you know, there you have lost an eye.
You know what's crazy too is I was just watching like Amazon's already doing this thing where they're putting these like stores or they're experimenting with putting these stores in neighborhoods where there is no
Oh, yeah.
there is
They've
no
been
physical
doing that for a while.
yeah, and it's like how people were saying people are now welcoming like the exchange of having to deal with a person face to face for like this idea of like this overwatch of security like constantly going on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It,
That's to like prevent stealing.
it tracks your phone when you go in there, and then once you take stuff off the shelves, it supposedly pinks to your phone, so it knows
Yeah.
whether you're stealing or not. I heard in China they kind of had a problem because a lot of people look similar. So, look, I heard it was kind of
that's
like
what I've heard,
a glitchy system. But
Yeah.
shout out to
People have,
Twiners. He's saying what up.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's interesting what they're doing over there in China. Don't get me started.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be a whole rabbit hole.
It's just interesting to me, like the blind eye, like we're willing
Don't
to
open
turn.
Pandora's box, continues to open it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
that's
know, like the whole blind eye of like the human rights violations going on over there right now is interesting.
Well,
to me.
I mean, the poor Uyghur people, it's an atrocity. It's modern day slavery. I mean,
You know what's crazy? Since you got me on Twitter, is like seeing that like
you've been a nuisance.
but there's also been these bots, like Chinese bots
Uh-huh.
that are like these accounts, like they're like says like a they're like a Chinese MDA or whatever, and like they're like this is all false. American media is like propaganda.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It was like interesting to
absolutely.
see that shit like
thought you-
out there that broadly on Twitter. For
There's
you
a
know, that's
Chinese
international.
MDMA. I was like, oh dang, let's go.
Or some shit like
we
that,
got
yeah.
these bots giving you some stuff. That's cool.
I mean, it might be like it might be a real person, but like obviously he's like he's spreading some kind of like, oh no, that's they're propaganda they're spewing over there. Which I mean, I'm sure there are.
So you guys are on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah,
We're
we're
both
both on Twitter, and we have the podcast on Twitter at Stoner_hour, and then he's got a really
Don't even
complicated
look
handle.
at
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a really complicated handle, and he's got some really vulgar tweets. If you want to talk
They're not even
to
vulgar.
anybody about MMA and be extremely passionate about it, this is definitely your guy.
That's me and Jerry. Me and Jerry have a secret bond through MMA.
Yeah,
Can't even
exactly,
talk
bro.
about it.
I was good. We're gonna talk about it. But
Oh, what a lovely transition!
Oh,
Oh,
whatever. Pay-per-view again.
so and then you guys stream on
said-
Twitch. You guys do your show on Twitch.
yeah, we actually just recently started streaming to YouTube as well, so we're on both platforms at the same time.
And you also game on Twitch too, don't you?
Yeah, I game on Twitch as well.
What do you
can
play?
find. I play. I like to say that I play anything that my friends play. I'm really big into Warzone right now, so a lot of raging, a lot of snipes. Also, I like to play Valorant to get my aim right.
Dude, this
what?
guy's a troll, dude. He
What?
makes the longest sniper shots. He shot a guy out of a helicopter, bro, from over 800 meters away. It was some Chris Kyle bullshit, dude. Like, it is ridiculous. Okay, this guy he's underselling himself. He shot a guy out of a moving thing, dude. It's ridiculous. I suck. Like, I get like 4 or 5 kills, I'm ecstatic.
Well, wait, hold on. How am I gonna? You both are named Mike, so how am I gonna? I'm gonna call you City Mike.
Okay.
There we go.
And I guess
I'll be Country Mike. That's fine.
Yeah, he's Country Mike as hell, and I'm City Mike as hell. It just works out perfectly.
Although I didn't grow up like
what in the
heart of East Oakland.
Yeah.
But I've become country.
Yeah,
Mike.
but you're the country bumpkin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to call you White Mike because your shirt's white.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he's more white than I am, which is funny.
Am I?
Dude, you're half Portuguese.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, I do all the math. I'm doing all the math.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at some point, but yeah.
No, yeah, because it's all right. We don't need to get into this.
Whatever, yeah, we don't get a race on it.
I mean, I'm a mutt. At the end of the day, I'm a mutt. That's
when the race war comes.
At the end of the day, right? Yeah.
He's when the race war comes.
I'll
be on the winning team.
When the race war
I'm team agnostic. I can just move over.
I'm gonna sit back, see how it plays out a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm a late game player.
I'm part Irish. I'm part Irish.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, no one.
My girl's part Irish.
No one will ever believe it.
I mean, hey, if you say it, I got no reason to not believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you look at me, they're like, yeah, he's straight Mexican. Like, that's cool. First name's Jerry, though, so there you go.
Right? Yeah,
Jerry. Yeah,
that's as white as you can get.
Keith,
but
you always bring up Keith Sweat, though.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Do you play Cold War?
I play Cold War every once in a while. I'm not a big fan of the multiplayer. I'm usually just
so
like
you're not good, huh?
Dude, if we want a one-on-one somewhere, if you want to meet me on Rust, it's no problem. You know what I mean? It's easy peasy. We can get out some Car 98s. It don't matter.
Oh, dude, I love the Car 98. Let's go.
Yeah, who doesn't? Come on, Car 98, MP5. Everybody knows those good guns, right? So yeah, I like Call of Duty. I've been playing since Modern Warfare 2. You know, Tactical Nuke, all the good stuff, all the good memories. But I've also recently been getting into World of Warcraft just because I have extra time and I've been looking for a time sink. And man, the exhilaration that you get from that kind of game, it's surprising. And all the trash talking, it's very toxic. I've been exploring a side of myself with toxicity I didn't know existed, and it's actually been pretty fun.
More toxic than the old Xbox servers with the kids.
No, not that toxic. Not that toxic.
Dude, that's when I used
to play. It's a lot of you sucks, but it's not a lot. It's not like what we used to say as kids. Dude, you know,
they're bringing it back, bro.
Are they?
Yeah, because
there are a lot. Yeah.
That's the best part of the game.
I was gonna say I'll play Warzone or Cold War with you whenever. I'll send you the gamer tag after. But I literally, my last stream, on Tuesdays I go live and I stream me playing video games. I called it the most hated squad ever. It's because everyone just talks trash to us, bro, when we win. And when we lose, bro, it's even worse because they get a pile on.
Oh, yeah, of course. You can't win.
Hey, so Mike don't like, because I'll play sometimes on Warzone, but I'll just go quads with randos, just whoever. Like,
dude,
pick the...
Yeah, dude, that's what I said. I was like, dude, I can't do it. You're setting yourself up for failure. Like,
hey, so I'm not really in that world, right? Like, I like video games, but, like, you know, Mike's really about it. And so I was telling him I got into this rando squad, and the guy was a streamer, and he had a pretty good following, I guess, because he was just telling this other girl how to stream. And we ended up winning and getting a win. And he was like, oh, yeah, man, like, check out my channel. And I can't remember the dude's name. I don't remember who this streamer was.
And
Mike's like,
dude,
oh, it could have been somebody famous. I'm like, maybe.
Dude,
I don't
you could
remember.
be playing with Nick Merckx and you don't even know it.
Don't even know, dude.
Yeah.
There's actually... Whoops, wrong screen. There's actually this new website where you put in your gamer tag and your information. And you can look up to see with what streamers you played with. And I don't know if it tells you if you beat them or lost to them. But
oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, no,
is that on Tracker GG? What is that?
I forgot what the website's called, but just look it up. Yeah, just look it up.
We'll be in contact.
Yeah, especially.
One thing about playing with randos too, dude, is my Spanish has gotten a lot better.
It has been surprising to see how many Latin American players have been on the US West server. Like, I was surprised because, like, I'd say, because I don't play very often in randos, right? So I don't get to experience the conversation in that type of way. It's usually I kill somebody and then I get their kill feed. The times that they're, it's great. The times that they're speaking Spanish is like vastly more often than when they're speaking English. I think it's very interesting. You know, I just didn't expect it.
Okay, so you like to kill Mexicans is what you're saying.
Wow. Wow. Shoot me in the foot, huh? Okay.
Ayúdame.
I look Mexican, so I can kind of protect myself.
He sees three people running. He's like, oh, that one's saying something in Spanish.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I hear him.
He's
terrible.
like, Papi Chulo 97.
Exactly. He has a clear headshot on someone else. He's like, I'm gonna get the guy in the Papi Chulo in the helicopter.
He's like, I'm not shooting old backwoods Sun 93. That'd be a white guy, you know.
Backwoods Sun 93.
That sounds more Japanese, bro.
Leonard Skinner lover.
Dude, I will say I used to work with this guy.
I love Leonard Skinner, bro.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? Come on.
I had a couple songs of Skinner.
Freebird.
I like a little Skinner.
You gotta like Freebird.
I'm drinking down by the bayou.
Give me
Hell
three
yeah,
steps.
Give me 3 steps. I don't know that song.
You never heard that song?
I probably do if I heard it, but like
check it out one time. It's
Yeah.
it's about them hitting on a girl in a bar, and then she ends up having a boyfriend in the bar. And that's why it's called Give Me 3 Steps, because he's saying, hey, give me a 3-step advantage to get out of here.
That's a good one. That's like that one song by Dierks Bentley where he's talking about what was I thinking? And he took the girl home from the bar, and her daddy shot his tailgate with the shotgun.
Oh, God.
Country music is actually pretty good. The story's in old country music.
You ever heard of Cletus T. Judd?
No.
He's a Weird Al for country.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got songs like She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy, and like...
I've heard that song. That's a real song. That's a real song by Kenny Chesney.
No, wait, is it? Is that the real song, though?
She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy.
And what was his parody of it? Either way, look him up. Cletus T. Judd. He's got really funny
Maybe
cowboy
her
parody
tractor
songs.
thinks I'm sexy? I don't know.
That's how the white people talk, Mike. That's how white people talk.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Some people in the South talk. They like.
Oh, it's called My Cellmate Thinks I'm Sexy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep, it's funny. It's funny.
Hopefully they don't get rode like a tractor in prison.
Yeah, that's part of what's... Yeah, it's a cowboy country parody song. Like, it's going to be ridiculous like that.
Oh, that's good.
What, Jerry, so you've been a Raider fan your whole life?
Pretty much. As long as I can remember. Since they went to Vegas. No, just kidding.
Look, ever since after Vegas, it's been great.
No, it hasn't.
Right? Yeah. I couldn't believe they left, actually. After it happened, like it was reality, you know, after like they said it was going to happen, but I couldn't believe when they actually were saying that they were going to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not even a Raider fan, but like my grandfather was a Raider fan, and
go for it.
Had he been around when he had raised me, like I would be more vocal about it. But it's still ridiculous. Like all the things that have happened to the Oakland Raiders. See, even when I talk about them, like
they are the Oakland Raiders.
You know what I mean? Like they're the Oakland Raiders. Like even. Like, I understand L.A., like, they have a place in L.A. for sure, especially given the time that they were in L.A., but, like, going to Vegas is weird. It's weird.
For sure. And then the Warriors, too, it's not as bad because they went to Frisco. But
yeah, but Oakland supported the Warriors when no one wanted them.
Yeah, I was about to say, they went on this crazy dynasty run, and then they go to Frisco and just shit the bed. So,
yeah, when the Warriors were trash, they were in Oakland. Oakland took in the Warriors when they were garbage, when it was Chris Mills and Bobby Sura.
Dude, $5 seats.
Yeah, and fucking Eric Dampier.
Where,
and
the only people in the stands
Hughes.
are the players' family.
Dude, I used to go to Warrior games for $14, where I used to watch those teams religiously. I remember those games when fucking Antoine Jameson scored 50 points and Kobe matched him for 50. Like, dude, those Warriors teams were just like folk legend teams. And then they got big. They priced everybody out, and they moved to San Francisco. Yeah. The most Bay Area thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. And then they get super shitty, and then the pandemic happens. And
they got what they deserved.
Their opening was just terrible. So
my cousin's a huge Warrior fan. He used to write for the blog Golden State of Mind, and
really?
I could get. They got what they deserved going over there.
And
I don't care anymore.
They're gonna have to charge double next year when they open up, or not double, but
yeah,
they're gonna have to charge more since they're a whole year behind in payment.
They don't fucking care though. They got Silicon Valley to come up there and sit there and eat cheese and wine and watch
all
the
of
games.
Silicon Valley is starting to leave as well. People are starting to go
Elon
Musk has like this whole bandwagon that he's got going to move to fucking Texas, and people are like, hell yeah, brother, let's do it. I can get a 4-bedroom house in Texas for like half as much as what I'm paying here in California.
But Austin, dude, Hewlett Packard's been in Austin for a while. They have a huge campus there. That's not new. Like,
there's a couple of tech companies in like Oklahoma and Ohio too.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm just leaving California.
That's why I moved out, because I couldn't I couldn't afford a house.
Can't
over
afford
there. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm looking at moving.
Oh, well, excuse me, brother. I thought you were in California still.
He said he was in
We
Washington.
literally had this conversation.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I totally missed that. Must have been rolling up.
Yeah, he said something about Pasco Ho and, you know.
Oh, yes.
Was
I
that
had
before we were
no...
recording?
Yeah, it was before we recorded.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
it was
no
before we
understanding of
recorded,
what that
that's right.
relation
It still
was.
happened, though.
It sounded like a foreign conversation
I
to me. I
forgot about
totally
that.
understand.
Or are you setting me up?
Oh, yes,
Are you
I-
setting me up
yeah.
so we can bring this conversation into
There
play?
you go,
I'm
there you
sorry.
go,
I'm
bro.
sorry. I didn't pick up the alley-oop, bro.
Oh!
Mike saw
No,
that.
yeah, but-
He's not picking up what's going on
I'm like,
right
I
now.
look like a fucking idiot. No, I know exactly what's going on. I'm looking at you like, come on, man. You got to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, but yeah.
Wait, what is it? I'm 3 steps ahead? Hey!
Hey.
You see what I did there?
But,
All right.
But the A's, too. Like, who knows if the A's are going to stay forever, you know?
Supposedly they're gonna go to San Jose, is what they've been saying forever.
Really?
Forever. They were going to go to San Jose a while back, but the Giants blocked them. The crazy part about that is that the only reason the Giants stayed in San Francisco, the Giants were going to go to be the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in St. Petersburg, Florida, but the A's gave up their they had like local rights in San Jose for the team, right? Like when they cut up like the area for the two teams,
Yeah.
they gave those rights to the Giants for the Giants to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the A's wanted to go back to San Jose, or like, hey, can we get those rights back? The Giants were like, no, you can't get those rights back. Hey, yeah.
Especially when they went on their little run too, you know? They got big in the Bay.
That was during that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was during the little.
Obviously any team that goes on a championship run, they're gonna get big in their local area, but it's just bad timing. Bad timing for the A's.
What's crazy too is like the Warriors went to San Francisco, and the one team who's like the most San Francisco team out of all of them is the Niners, and they went to freaking Sunnyvale.
and then
Milpitas or whatever they are.
and they're still called the San Francisco Niners.
Yeah, that's like what? Like I'm like I guess like there's a lot of teams that
Nobody's
are kind
going
of
to have
like
any
that.
respect for the Santa Clara 49ers.
Yeah,
for-
exactly.
Well,
Just
maybe
call them the
now
Golden State Niners.
they should just call them the Silicon Valley Niners.
right?
Ugh.
Yeah. Ooh.
What? Oh, God.
Well,
Microsoft presents the Silicon
Yeah,
Valley Niners.
Microsoft presents the
Just start
Intel
naming the teams
sponsor.
like that.
they used to mine gold. Now they mine tech.
Right now they mine
Mine
Bitcoin.
Silicon. They mine Bitcoin. There you go.
Could you imagine? It's like, and now the Las Vegas Raiders presented by the Bellagio Resort and Hotel. it's like a whole fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Well,
Corporations have ruined this country.
now that I think about it, it's gonna be crazy when a team is sponsored by Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna
It will be.
happen. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I think I read something, and obviously you can't trust everything that you read, but it was just interesting to read it. Somebody said that Joe Biden was suggesting that the dollar was going to be backed by Bitcoin.
I think I did see that headline.
Yeah, right? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's
There was
crazy.
a-
That's actually
was a-
like the complete opposite of what Bitcoin stands for. So I don't think that's gonna
Right.
happen.
There's a player in the NFL. Half his contract, they had him pay. He had them pay him in Bitcoin.
From the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle.
Was it
or
Russell
defensive end?
Okung?
Yeah. Or was he offensive
Offensive
line?
tackle. Offensive
Okay.
tackle.
One of the sides. Big guy. Big guy.
You were telling me about NFTs. Did you see that Kings of Leon's going to release their whole album as an NFT,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
non-fungible token?
Non-fungible token, yes sir.
Look at you. Very
Yeah.
nice.
I read. I'm smart. I know things.
I know what three letters mean.
3 liters.
3 liters, let's go. Hey, so you guys can say whatever you want. I'm not gonna look up anything. If I know that it's a fact, I'll say it's a fact. If I think it's not a fact, it might not be a fact. But
Okay.
this is a podcast. Everything is true.
Right?
Of course, and it's on the internet,
Yeah.
right? So it's doubly true.
It's doubly true. Doubly true. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something that's really changed. I don't know how old you are, but like I'm in my early 30s.
50s.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
How can you tell I was 50?
You're not 50. Get the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
no, I was talking about
He's talking about
him.
me. That's a running joke on
I'm
our
like, you
podcast.
would
Is him
know.
always talking about how old I am.
Yeah.
I was like, you look probably like my age, if not younger.
But like, it's like people going to
28.
sources on the internet as like a reliability thing. Like, I'm 33, so I was still born in the 80s. But like, when I remember coming up, like when I was a kid, we just had gotten like computers in the school to like do typing shit, you know, and like
you had
now.
computers in your school, though? What kind were they?
Well, dude, because my parents moved to a nice suburb out here. You know, they moved me over here to Castro Valley in the East Bay
Yeah.
from Oakland. So it was like all of a sudden, like these schools had nice shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like typing class and shit over there, but it was on floppy disk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, you know, people didn't go to the. If you said like, "Oh, I read this on the internet," someone looked at you like you were fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you're believing something you read on the fucking internet. It's like where weird ideas came from. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean AOL?
Back then.
You read this on
Yeah,
AOL?
I was like, like AOL. Yeah, AOL.
AIM.
Or you,
Like, oh, I
heard this from a roommate.
Some guy in a chat room told me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Some guy in a chat room, of course.
Hold on,
How many horror stories started out like that around that time? Guy in a chat room told me.
Apparently, every pedophile ever's ever been on a chat room.
Of course, yeah.
Like, you ever watched that show?
I was about to say I was never really into the chat room scene, so that's good.
Yeah, dude.
No, yeah, for real, right? I didn't get into it until I was like maybe like 14, and that was when MySpace was a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the chat
yeah,
room.
exactly.
See, I grew up with AIM, the AIM messenger. Or
I was
whatever.
a little too young for that.
But dude, like, if you ever watched that show, Chris Hansen, the Catcher
Mind
Predator.
Freak? Oh no, that's Chris Angel.
Chris Hansen, Mind
Freak.
Take a seat over there. Take a seat over there.
Yeah, I bet those
yeah.
I bet those predators wish they could disappear in some of those episodes.
Right? I know. He's like, poof, all your charges have gone away. The best part is when
today I'm a magician and we're gonna show you how to poof.
The best part of that show is when they're like, "Am I free to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, free to go, motherfucker." And they go out the door, and the cop's just like, just up with a billy club over the top of the head.
I don't know if you guys
Like
watch.
that pervert.
I don't know if you guys watch other podcasts or anything, but I watched Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
They had Chris Hansen on there.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah,
good.
and they said the first two episodes they didn't have the cops outside. So like. So
the guy was free to go.
Yeah, the guy was free to go. He's like, "Can I go?" And he's like, yeah, I
guess. Could you imagine that guy gets home to his wife? Where'd you come from, honey? I thought you were going to play poker. Oh, early night.
Yeah. It's crazy. I seen a guy that looked exactly like me pass by, so I freaked out and came home.
Yeah, right. He's like, fucking, the guy's got sick. Coronavirus, baby, had a shelter in place,
But yeah, he said
I'd rather
that.
be safe at start.
He said it was like anticlimactic, like at the end
Yeah.
of the
For
show,
sure,
the
right?
guy just gets away. They're like, all right.
Well, yeah, could you imagine sitting in his shoes? Like, you're just standing outside of the door after all that work and production time, and you're like, well, fuck.
Well,
now what?
let's convince another one to come over here.
Let's get us another one. The enthusiasm and the passion he has for it to just keep going.
Let's get another weirdo in here.
We're going to do it better next time. And then the second time, he does the same thing.
Well, they talk about on the
go for it.
Well, I was gonna say they talk about on the podcast that like the reason they stopped doing it was because one dude they caught was a DA and he ended up popping himself when they went to go get him.
Oh.
And so then his
that's rather dark.
Then the DA's freaking sister sues NBC or whatever who it is because he kills himself. It's like, dude, your brother was a pervert and he offed himself. Like, the society thanks you. Like, move along.
Yeah, if anything,
Like-
what are they gonna sue the gun company too?
Yeah, right? It's like, my brother, he's a pedophile and he killed
That's a
himself
really
because
good
we
point.
outed him. It's like, oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Let God decide if you believe in that kind of thing.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just or karma, or you guys look like you believe in astrology, so I guess let the stars decide, huh?
I'm not a big
Wait, hold on.
astrologer.
No, let's take a pause there. What makes you think that we believe in astrology?
Yeah, I'm just messing.
I do. I really do. No,
I do serve a pagan god, but I mean,
I mean, come on. I've just
Yeah.
got a weird cabin in the back
what
of
the great Amulak tells me to do is
Yeah, just because I'm high in the stars right now doesn't mean
Right.
that I look at them.
Look, whatever Cthulhu tells me to do.
yeah. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, you know how like at the end of this podcast, I'll let you guys do a shout out to your guys' show.
Oh, yay.
I was gonna go with, well, I wonder if the pedophile at the end of the episode was like, hey, you guys can find me at this and this and this.
Follow me on. He's like,
Does he wasn't getting caught?
if he's a pedophile, he's for sure playing Fortnite. He's like, oh yeah, follow me on Fortnite.
Oh my god, that's terrible. I don't even want to think about that. Oh my god. It's like, sweet. I'm just gonna.
He's like, little kid.
Now I know what to look out for next time.
Or what is it? Minecraft?
Oh yeah, Minecraft. Yeah.
You know, do you remember like
Roblox.
a couple of years
Yeah,
ago
I
on
think
YouTube,
so.
they were talking about like that don't know what we're talking about, pedophile.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. I feel completely uncomfortable. I have to be honest.
Anyway, next subject.
Pedophilia is wrong.
Next.
That's what I'm gonna leave. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Next.
That's it.
What else do you do besides
Hey, you ever watch that TV show Next on MTV? Did you
Oh,
ever
yeah,
watch that,
yeah,
Jerry?
yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that such a good show?
Yeah, that was a great show.
All right, well, let's do that topic like we do on that show. Next.
I was gonna say
the guys I would get like right when they step off the bus are next. Like they didn't even get a
Yeah,
chance.
no, dude. What about the dudes who would like step up to the like they'd open the door and then as soon as they revealed their face, they were like next, and then just walk right back out.
That's where I
so
was going
defeated.
with that, but
Yeah.
they'd always like hella pump themselves up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna
Dude,
slay Jessica.
I'm a badass. Yeah, my name's Jack.
Look at my frosted tips.
You had to have frosted tips, bro.
For real.
And wearing Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Puka shells.
Yeah.
Bro.
If not, you're getting
Next.
nexted. Yeah, if not, you're getting nexted. You're already disservicing yourself.
There was one too. There was a show that they had too. It was called Room Raiders.
Yeah.
Where like you had to try and date the person based off what their room looked like.
And
Every
every
with that shit.
every guy's room was like the same.
Yeah. It was like, oh yeah.
Empty, dirty.
And they don't show us like finding a porno under his bed. Like,
Yeah,
dude, nowadays it's like, what the fuck is a porno under their bed?
It's funny because it's like minimalistic, and then they just have
Yeah.
like just some dirty stuff, just some random.
Yeah,
dirty
it's
stuff.
like how could you have nothing but have it still be dirty?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, dudes don't fold clothes.
You think if they did it now, they'd go on their search history and like look up what they're looking up.
Bro, you have to choose to date somebody based on their internet browser history. Oh God, we've got a new show. Holy
Let's
shit!
go.
Yeah,
She's like, I see here you like Japanese tentacle porn.
She's me too.
several times in fact.
She's on me too. Crazy.
like, yeah,
It's a huge twist in the show. They end up loving each other.
I love was that Goblin Slayer? They ever seen that anime where like the goblins like rape the women? It's terrible.
Oh my God.
And the night has to come.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one.
Dude, look that shit up. It's like a hella popular anime. I'm not kidding because it's like a night and like.
Hey
yeah,
kids, go look that up.
Dude, after we nuked
Yeah,
Japan, bro,
next
some
top
weird shit
anime.
came up out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, I was like, did you have a question for us, Jerry? I think you were gonna move on to something before that was spoken about. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say something. You know how you said you had computers in school?
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember playing the Oregon Trail?
Hell yeah. That's one of my favorite games.
Dude,
I
that
never played it.
you never played it?
No, but what's
It shows.
interesting is I just got a notification. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I got a notification on my phone that it's on Apple Arcade, and I have a subscription to Apple One, so it's included. And so I was like, let me try it out. And it's actually like really cool. They have this whole new mechanic where they give Native Americans a role in the game,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be like more representation, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm
Are they
excited to play
Comanches?
through
Could
it.
they attack you?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. So far, I've got a dude with a broken leg that I have not healed for like 4 days.
Ooh, dude, he's gonna die of dysentery.
Well, I mean, there was a woman who had a headache in the heat, and I was like, if she has a
headache
like,
in
head
heat?
injury,
She's gonna
well,
die.
yeah, a head injury is way more important. I feel.
She's got yellow fever, bro. Let her die.
Headache
she's
and
just
heat.
one of
I was gonna say that sounds
Look,
like
bro.
every other girl out there.
You're like. There's one thing you learn about Oregon Trail. No matter what, everyone's gonna die
Of dysentery.
of something.
Of something.
Never
Well,
ford
how
the
do you
river.
win? Have you won?
I've never won.
If you win, you still lose technically. Cause like
Really?
Yeah, cause like your whole family, your whole caravan's dead except for like 1 or 2 people.
I mean,
What?
yeah. I mean, people are dying on the way.
Wait, so what's the point?
You're
I don't
not getting
You
the
gotta
understand.
gas.
make it. You gotta make it.
What?
to the
Wait, but
end.
if you make it, but everybody's dead.
Here
like,
was the point, Mike. The
That-
point of the game was to show
was
you
the
how hard
friends
it
that we made along the way.
was to
right?
show you how fucking hard it was to get across America back when these poor pioneers were coming across manifest
dude,
destiny.
If I'm playing
and all
a
that.
game and I have an entire like community that dies before me just so I can get to the end of the trail,
It's like, now what do
I'm
we
gonna
learn,
feel
kids?
all that hard.
That life is fleeting.
Life is fleeting.
Hey, it was
Broken
fire.
ankles are done.
Yeah.
That game was fire, bro. I love playing that in school.
I would have spent all my time hunting, like in real
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Just-
exactly. When you got to the hunting section, that was sick. You gotta
yeah,
shoot.
that's what's up.
You gotta buy guns in like the store before you head off. So
Oh, yeah.
obviously,
Oh,
if you get a
really?
rifle, it's easier
It's
to
the
hunt. Yeah, dude.
It's the same thing I do. I stopped. I would never play Oregon Trail. I mean, I probably would now, but I got Red Dead Redemption. It's the same fucking thing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same
Red
thing.
Dead Redemption. I have a whole life in that game.
I mean, but let's
I have
think
a
about
thriving
that.
businesses. I'm a man of means.
I'm the organization manager.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I got a thriving fur trade business. I'm a moonshiner. I fucking collect things and sell them to this gypsy woman. Like
You didn't
I
even
got-
know
I
her
got-
name.
It's
Madame Nazar. I think we don't have that kind of relationship, bro. It's strictly business.
Alright.
I
So
sell
that
her
way,
antique-
someone murders her, you won't feel bad for like a
Exactly.
couple of days.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
he eventually does it.
I
to
sell
get
her
all the money
antique
that he
liquor,
gave
bro.
back.
She's my antique liquor dealer. You know, like whatever.
Some
I'm out here. My main
Hey.
gig is with me and my man Crips. We run a fur trading business, and Oh yeah, I also sell samples to this crazy bitch that lives in the woods who always poisons me.
Oh, nice.
So that's my online life. And
Like that's kind of kinky. I like it.
I mean,
Am I gonna live?
I like it.
Am I gonna die?
Yeah. Who knows? It's all about the thrill.
that whole game though is fucking sick.
Think about the disparity between those two games, right? Like in the development and like the end result. It's crazy to think about like the time and the distance we've come in video games and media, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
The stories that they can tell. Like I still have yet to finish Red Dead Redemption 2, but I recently figured out like what the end of it was because I'm not really too big on
like
spoilers. I feel like I'm gonna experience it anyway.
Yeah.
And it was like really intense. You know what I mean? It's really cool to see how these mediums can be so much more than just a storytelling experience. It's something that you can be a part of and learn from. It's kind of cool.
Because I wish I finished it for myself to see.
Right?
I'm still going to. You know, I got podcasts to run.
Hey, this guy got stuck. He got stuck. Not even stuck. He just
don't
likes
even.
petting
Oh
his
my
horse.
fucking.
He likes petting his horse,
Love it.
riding his
Love
horse,
it.
petting the dog.
I say hi to everybody I pass.
And he couldn't figure out, and I couldn't remember how I got the horse brush. I'm like, you just get it, but you have to complete a certain mission. So this dude just like.
So I stopped.
whole-
I took a
his
break
main task.
before I got the brush, dude. I could not do anything in the game because I didn't have the fucking horse brush. And I was like, I asked probably 10 different people. I was like, yo.
And then finally one day I was just over here just fucking around on his game, and I was like, oh, there you go, I got it for you.
And ever since then, it's been an adventure. It's been
Yeah, then he
great.
started playing.
Yeah. Every time I see an animal, I think of him because he just hunts
Because
everything.
he's a savage.
Yeah, he hunts everything. That's it. As soon as he sees animal on sight, it's dead. Or he's thinking about how to kill it. That's one of the funniest things. I went to his house one day, and we were just chilling, smoking out in the patio. He sees a squirrel. He's like, oh, you know, if I had a BB gun, I could fucking that thing's done. And I was like, this is what you think about?
Okay.
I like hunting.
I like hunting. It's fun.
I eat what I hunt.
I'm a
hey,
resourceful
and I eat
man.
what I'm willing to
And that's
hunt.
why I'm Country Mike.
Yeah, that's why I'm country Mike. Which is hilarious because I grew up like in the ghetto. I didn't really grow up in the ghetto. I was born in East Oakland.
In the ghetto.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
as ghetto as it can get, I guess.
When I became a teenager, my parents
Instead of East Oakland or Baltimore.
made money and we got to like move to the suburbs.
Well, I grew up in Salinas, so
Oh yeah, I know Salinas.
yeah, it's like the same
Yeah.
thing as East San Jose, you know.
They like to gangbang out there. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not the
yeah.
same. Like it is the ghetto, but it's still nice.
Yeah, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of like Hayward, too, because Hayward can be nice at times, but then it can be real ghetto.
yeah, you can find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait, what?
Yeah, right. Dude,
I was just at fucking
I feel like
Chipotle.
every city in the Bay Area is like that.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Like you know, what I mean, East Bay. If you go from like Richmond,
Except for Castro Valley.
Castro Valley don't count. That's
It's an unincorporated town.
yeah.
Hey, how come it's always the
I'm talking
east
about
side?
Danville. I'm talking about Danville.
How come
Who knows?
How come it's always the
Who
east side
knows,
that's
dude?
ghetto in every like city?
It's a good question.
There's always
Yeah,
the
everybody
east side
wants
that's
to go
You
ghetto.
know why? Because
Why?
the sun goes down on the west side, and they want those nice views facing out to the ocean and shit.
Okay.
That's
Ah,
fair.
that's
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah, you're
feel
high.
like
You're high.
Yeah, you like that?
You're thinking. You're on another plane, man.
There's always the east side that's ghetto, and then there's always the Chinatown. It's kind of weird.
Always a Chinatown.
For sure.
Always.
I guess it's something about like I guess something about the cities on the the western seaboard. Because like I went to Vancouver, even in Seattle, large Asian communities. So it must be something about being closer to those port cities.
Yeah.
Because I lived in North Dakota and Kansas for a while, and there were no Asian people to be seen.
Hey, do you guys mind saying where you're from? Well, I'm gonna ask you where you're from. You don't have to say. I don't know, like where you guys located. Not like physically address, but what city or whatever.
Oh, you don't want my exact like latitude, longitude, location?
Give it to
No,
me.
I already got it. But
Give it to him. Oh, okay. You IP checked me? Okay, great. Good thing I got my VPN on.
No, so Mike, we record in Hayward, California.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, bro, what's up with all the Asian hate? Like over there.
You know, I don't know if it's necessarily even like Asian. Like, so here's my theory. I don't know if it's motivated by race necessarily. I think it's older Asian people are really independent and they're easy targets for robberies. So I feel like this stuff has been going on for a long time. Maybe not in this number and volume, but like in San Francisco, especially, like older Asian people being targets of like crimes like this.
I would say I agree because like my perception of it is that his influx, like over time, going back to probably like I say like even the 40s and the 50s, really,
Mhm.
like after World War II, there's been like this in the media, and this is why I say my perception. It's like there is a perceived like rise in Asian hate over time, and then it seems to dissipate, and then it seems to come back, and then it dissipates, and it just seems to be like a constant thing that's happening. I think it's very interesting. Like I have no commentary on it other than that. I couldn't explain really why it's happening. I think, you know, it goes. I mean, it's in the same kind of vein as when we talk about like Black Lives Matter, right? I mean, all of the conversations that we have, particularly on the podcast, end up coming down to the same notion of like, why can't you just not be an asshole to people?
Yeah.
It's hard.
And
It's hard.
it always just comes back to that thought, right? It's because based on this person's identity, do you feel the need to interject your actions, your life, your opinion onto them? I think that's not just extremely unfair, but extremely ignorant, you know? So I obviously think it's a negative thing. Do I know why it's happening? I couldn't tell you, but I think it's something that has happened periodically over time and probably will continue to happen for reasons that I wish that we could find and resolve.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, hold on real quick. More
Yeah, so go.
recently, there's just been more videos. I guess it's been more publicized. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's more or less equal amount, but of just them getting attacked or them being like told a whole bunch of just bullshit, you know?
I think too, like the idea of like Asians as a minority in the Bay Area is kind of a myth too.
Yeah, they're like the majority, bro.
I don't know if I would say majority, but I think if you like, there's
A sizable portion of the population is Asian.
Didn't we look it up one time? It was like 800,000 Chinese Americans in the Bay Area. I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was something like that. I remember thinking, because I lived in North Dakota.
You also have to think about who really identifies as Asian American as well, right?
Right.
Because, you know, if you think, hey, how about this? This is a really good point. A lot of Polynesians, Pacific Islanders, are grouped into the Asian American population,
feel
even
that
though
way.
they necessarily wouldn't identify as that, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think about that in that type of like statistic, because I think that's how the people who are getting those statistics view it, right? They don't think about the actual people and how they identify. They think about a piece of paper that they were forced to sign to say, yes, I am this race and I am living in this city.
So you're saying they look at people as numbers? That's crazy. Who would've
Yeah,
thought
for
that?
sure, absolutely.
Right, I know. It's like, who would think the government look at us like statistics?
In Salinas, I'd say about a quarter of the population is white, a quarter is Mexican, a quarter is Asian, mostly Filipino, and then the other quarter is just whatever else is thrown in.
Yeah.
And I remember calling Filipino people Asian because I didn't know, you know, and
That's a really good point.
they'd always tell me I'm not Asian, I'm Pacific Islander, I'm Filipino. You guys remember that?
Yeah, Filipino.
Yeah, and I love Filipino people, man.
Yeah.
They got some
I used
bomb
to
food.
work for a Filipino guy
One of my best friends are Filipino.
at Capcom USA, and he was my direct supervisor. But he had a really thick Filipino accent. He had been in the Filipino military. His name was Albert, and he told me one time to go fix the copy machine. And so I went up to like the third floor where he told me to go, and I went over there and I was like, "Hey, the copier's not working." And the people that were sitting in that cubicle section were like, "No, the copier's been fine. Like, no, we haven't had any problem with it." So I looked at it for a minute, like checked it, like, you know, switched out the print or the ink thing. So I go about my day, and like later that day, he calls me into his like cubicle and he's like, "Michael, I thought I told you to fix the copy machine." I was like, "Albert, I went up there and they said it was fine, like it was fixed." He goes, "Went up where?" I was like, "The third floor copy machine." He goes, "The copier, right? The copier makes copies?" He goes, "No, the copy machine. You pour the copy into the copy mug, you drink the copy." And he was saying coffee the whole time, dude.
And bro, you know he was on edge because he didn't have his coffee the whole time.
Yeah, bro. The Filipino people, they're like some of the nicest people, like some of the most like generous people you'll ever meet are Filipino people.
Yeah. What's your favorite Filipino food?
Ooh, lumpia. Like,
Lumpia, yeah,
basic,
lumpia's fire.
basic.
Yeah.
Salted pork. The salt pork is so good, dude. Oh my god.
Pancet's pretty good too.
Yeah. I just like saying pancit.
Yeah, it does. But yeah.
There's a
I
good,
like saying Tagalog too.
there's a good ass Filipino spot down over there.
I really like their language. One of my really good friends is Filipino, and I'll hear him talk to his mom every once in a while, or he'll just say some shit because I asked him to, because it just sounds like a really cool. I just think other languages in general,
I agree.
Arabic is a really beautiful language to me. Like, yeah,
Oh,
other
yeah, I
people's
like
languages
Arabic,
are
too.
really nice. You know, I think it's cool. I actually recently just watched a video on how to properly pronounce the clicks in the Zulu tribe's accent, and it's like they talk about the X's, the C's, the H's, and I think those are the ones right there. And they have like different ways of making this. It's really cool.
Can you give us an example?
No, I can't. I'd be happy.
Why
to
bring it up?
Well, because it's cool. We're talking about how languages matter, right? Don't put me on the spot like that.
I like.
I'm just trying to peer pressure you
Jerry.
into
Yeah,
talking.
I know, Jerry.
Anticlimactic is what we said earlier. You know.
Yeah.
It's like I've been studying this.
Perfect.
I've been learning this.
Yeah.
It's a crazy sound.
But I won't show you.
But yeah. But oh well.
Yeah. I knew a guy who he had bought some land in the Philippines. It's like I guess it's really hard to like if you're not from there to like buy up land.
Mm-hmm.
But he owned some rice paddies.
Oh wait, so
nice.
you knew a guy here who did it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He was from here. He was
That's crazy because I've heard of a lot
Anglo
of
Caucasian gentleman.
yeah. I was gonna say I've heard a lot of old white people owning like land in the Philippines. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why it's harder
They
now.
like it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they don't want. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, if
No
you
white
think about it, if
people
your
do
country, I mean, it's an island, right? So it is only a certain amount of space. If you let people from a foreign country buy up enough of it, I think Hawaii too. You can only own a certain amount if you're not from there, like of acreage. I'm pretty sure.
That just makes me think of the whole like Mark Zuckerberg buying land on Hawaii.
Did he buy a whole island?
No,
Or
he
something like
didn't
that?
buy
Oh,
a whole
yeah, I was gonna say,
Time.
damn, the whole thing. There's only like 7 islands, bro.
lot of- he bought a
No, I
lot
mean,
of
I thought
acreage.
there's like little. So
He bought a
what
lot
did
of
he buy?
acreage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For
Damn.
what?
To chill,
Um,
to party.
100% sure. Yeah,
Just
to party, right?
To
Why-
make- to-
You're a billionaire. Who gives a shit?
To do a real life ex machina. Remember when he was off in that fucking house way out there? And
Are you
he
talking about the
That's a great
the-
movie, bro.
robot movie?
huh?
The AI robot movie?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
It's a
dude.
great
Remember his
movie.
house was way out.
It's
in that
an
fucking-
amazing movie.
Oh,
I
dude.
think I always think of like movies that are, you know, Shakespeare once said movies are either a comedy or a tragedy. I like to think of that movie as
I thought he was gonna say sexy robots, but all right.
yeah, right. Shakespeare once said
He's like, if I could fuck a robot.
that robot would be fine as hell.
Entertainment has made it when you can fuck a
Yeah.
robot.
That's it. That we've reached peak entertainment.
Yeah, that movie was a trip.
Yeah.
Especially spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
spoiler
it's
alert.
been a while, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
It's
especially
been a while.
when you find out that the whole time the Asian chick was a robot too.
oh yeah. Hey,
She
look-
wasn't just a dumb
Wait.
mute.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The one that was serving them. Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
you could kind of tell though, right? I mean,
Yeah, but he didn't
Which
make
is
it.
a-
He didn't say this is here's my AI so and so. Remember he was talking to her like he thought she was a real.
Bro,
Remember?
that was like the first Alexa.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
He's not just yelling at
I
her
don't
and
trust.
shit.
I don't get along with Alexa or Siri. Dude. Either one of them.
oh my God, I'm glad that I changed the name of mine so that while we've said it, it doesn't go off. Because man, when it goes off in the middle of me doing something, I get so.
It's like what vegetables.
It repeats what I said, so like I could go on a huge tangent and it like records the whole thing, and then it plays back to me. I don't know what you mean by
Sexy
like,
robots.
Oh, exactly. Sexy robots. William Shakespeare. Looking that up.
It just reminds me of like that scene from the Goodfellas where he's like, Paulie didn't like talking on phones. And the fat guy is like running through a rainstorm and Henry Hill's holding the umbrella over his head.
Yeah.
It's like now all of a sudden we got like recording device that everyone has one in their house. Just
Oh,
listening to everything we say. It's like,
Yeah.
what a joke.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You want to know what makes me really uncomfortable that I have to like proactively work on or like fix?
Sure.
Is I bought an Oculus Rift, like because I'm into tech and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hook it up to my computer to play VR, and I go through my sound settings, and it turns out that while the thing is off, its microphone is still sending data to my computer. And oh hell no, I like flipped out at that point. I
I'm
was
sure.
like,
I'm sure if you turn it off, it still records you anyways.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like it was off and in the corner,
Oh, okay.
and I was on my computer and I looked through my sound settings just because I'm always fucking with my sound. And I noticed that the mic was on as an input and it was receiving like the sounds I was making, and I was livid.
Well, what I was trying
Because it's
to
like,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, why did he go silent all of a sudden? That's weird.
what I was saying was even I'm sure if like you can turn the setting off to record while it was off, it would still record you either way.
Oh, probably.
So
probably.
you don't like the fact that it's listening to you, right?
I don't know who would.
No, I'm just saying you don't like the fact that it's recording your conversations. Where do you charge your phone at night when you sleep?
In my living room.
Oh, okay. But how the fuck
Yeah.
do you wake up, bro? You're weird.
The alarm is on my phone in my living room, so I have to wake up to a loud ass alarm in my living room, and I have to get up.
Bro, I would not hear that at all.
Do it. No, when it's fucking. Oh my god, these birds on these iPhone alarms. It's just like
these robot birds.
Stork. Yeah, it's so loud. It's like they're just right
stork in my
ear.
goddamn brain.
It's the most annoying thing ever, and I still have not had the initiative to change it. So it is what it is. I just charge it in here, and then I wake up, and that forces me up out of bed because otherwise I wouldn't probably get up till like 9 o'clock in the morning. Which is not good.
Hey, Country Mike, where do you charge your phone at while you sleep?
Right next to my fucking head.
Okay, exactly. You're normal. You're normal. But
I gotta get up. Yeah, I get up at 4 every morning. So that shit, I snooze that shit about 5 times. I got all kinds of false trap alarms. Alarms while I'm in the shower that go off and let me know I need to get out. I got all kinds of shit going on.
So I'm in the middle of both you guys on this. It's in the same room, but I have it like on the stand, like far away from my bed. Because if I have it next to me, I'm just gonna turn it off. So if I have it far away, I gotta physically get up and go turn it off.
What time do you usually gotta wake up in the morning?
Oh fuck, bro. Like at midnight.
Doesn't sound like very late.
Midnight.
What?
Oh, so you work a switch shift?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I work from
Damn.
1 to bullshit.
How long you been doing that for?
Since January, since I moved over here. I work at the post office. I had a normal shift, but I got this one, and I'm probably gonna look for a new job.
Service.
Yeah, it's terrible. I appreciate that.
David Berkowitz
It's
works
terrible?
at the post office.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude.
So
You know, you're saying they force people to work overtime, Amazon and all that.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
much the same.
Same thing. Yeah.
Damn.
Government job sucks.
But
You
if
Kush.
it makes you feel better, when I see packages that are expensive and stuff, I place them down gently.
Nice. You're one of the good ones.
Honestly, I was expecting you to be like, I kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah, but I
I'm
was
like,
like,
you
yeah.
go, man.
When I see the
yeah,
expensive
you
one,
fucking stick it to him,
I
dude.
smash it just to show him the
Especially because he's
government.
in Washington. I'm like, he's
The government will
not
fuck
handling
you every
anything I
chance it
gotta
can
go.
get.
But I gotta keep the quota up. Bro.
Goddamn drone!
But then if you think about it, if I smash a box, the person that buys it is gonna return it and get another one. So that's double the work I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Isn't it something like the post office works at like a $6 million deficit every year or something like that?
Yeah, because apparently, which this does not include me, but I'm getting fucked over, and people bitch at me about it. But
Oh, great.
the people before me, they got their whole like retirement pensions and all that. The post office had to pay for it up front for like the last generation. Yeah, so they had to pay for that all up front. So they've been working in like negative this whole time. And
That's a lot of money.
yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work for me. I'm probably not gonna be there till I retire anyways. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you know what you're gonna do.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm in a union. I'm in a union now, and fucking, you gotta work your way to get that pension, boy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to work like what, 15, 20 years?
I told my union like, bro, I'm only supposed to work like 40 hours. I'm guaranteed 2 days off. Like, what the fuck? They're working me like 62 hours a week. Like, and then they're like, oh, that's good, except the work. I'm like, bitch, I don't want the work.
What?
When I was younger, I used to work at a Safeway. I used to work that shift, the overnight shift like that. I used to start at 9 and get off at like 7 in the morning. It was the worst shift. And then you were guaranteed 2 days off, but they would stagger your days off. So your whole day off was spent sleeping anyway.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It feels like I don't have a day off because you sleep through it.
When I worked for Safeway, dude, it was one of the, like, they would talk about how it was such a great company to work for. It was dog shit.
I used to work at Safeway, bro.
I hate it. Oh, dude. And I hope you hate it.
It was all right. I quit. I quit because I don't want to pay the union fees.
Yeah. I no call, no shut. I got another job and it didn't show up. They thought I was dead.
Yeah, nice.
I rolled up at the end of the week, asked for my check.
Hell yeah.
They're like, Michael,
whoa!
man, what happened to you? Are you okay? I was like, oh yeah, I'm here for my check. I'm going up to Tahoe.
He has risen.
He was like, what? Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I got offered a new job. They needed me to start right away. I was like, yeah, I quit.
They're like, hey, since you're here, you want to stock that shit over there?
Dude,
You might
fuck
walk
that
in.
job. Dude, I got tired of working the overnight, and I was like, please, can I be a checker? I'm good at it. And they had me in this like special like management program, so I become a manager, fast track to being a manager if you just suck enough dick or whatever. Huh. And so fucking, they're like, oh yeah, we'll switch you over, and they put me in dairy, which wasn't a bad shift. It was like
I worked dairy.
It's like 3 a.m. to like 2 p.m, right? So I'm working, and I'm behind the scenes in the freezer and shit, and I'm wearing my big ass like duck hunting jacket in there because it's fucking cold. Manager comes in, he goes, hey, that's not a Safeway union approved jacket. You can't wear that shit in here. You gotta buy one through us. Like $200. At the time, dude, I had just gotten married and shit. I'm not married now. I had just gotten married and shit. And I was like, dude, I don't have $200 to spend on no fucking jacket. Like, suck a dick.
Bro,
Because
my
I got a new
paycheck's
job.
not even $200.
Yeah.
You know?
Suck a dick, dude.
That's-
I hated that job.
That's why I quit too, because like I wasn't making any money, and then they wanted to take money out for the union fees, like a good amount of it too, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm not down with this. I worked in the dairy, dude. When you drop a gallon of milk and it spills all over the floor, that's a bitch, dude.
Dude, hey, try this. The best part about ever working there is I met Richard Seymour. But I was working and I was going
That's
hunting right after I got
Yeah.
off. It was random. When I got off,
I'm like, who's Richard Seymour?
he played for the Raiders.
Oh,
Oh shit, you're not the Raider fan, yeah. He
Yeah.
punched
No,
he
yeah.
punched Big Benton in the face.
Yeah, it was great. He punched that rapist right in the face. Alleged
Yeah,
rapist.
yeah.
Alleged rapist.
okay. Cool.
Anyway, so it was like Thanksgiving time, and I was going hunting when I got off, and I was pushing this big ass pallet of sparkling cider to the back, and someone had like knocked something over, like a wedge of cheese or something, and the fucking pallet hit it, the pallet jack hit it, and the fucking whole thing tips over and breaks on the ground, and like my ride's waiting outside, like, hey, we're getting ready to let's go. And I just fucking looked at that shit spill on the ground, and I was like, you know what? This is not my problem. I'm off. And I fucking clocked out and left. As you
Damn.
do.
It's all sparkling on the ground. You're like, oh, this is why it's called sparkling cider.
When I came to work the next night, they were like, and anyway, whoever can find out like who spilled that fucking like crate of sparkling cider. I was so afraid they were gonna look at the cameras, but they didn't. I don't
Country
know why.
Mike's like, I'm on it.
I'm fucking. I was like, yeah, I'll find the. I was like OJ Simpson. I'll find the murderer.
That son of a bitch.
You wrote a book if I did it.
Yeah, if I did it. Dude, what about Deshaun Watson, bro? Apparently Deshaun Watson's a sexual deviant.
Hold on, before we go on to that, I want to talk to you about the perks of working in the dairy of Safeway.
Oh yeah. Tell me
So,
about all the yogurt you got.
Because we're going down memory lane right now.
You say, tell me about all the yogurt?
Yeah, well, I didn't get yogurt, but that sounds cool. That sounds like I kind of regret not getting yogurt now. But if a gallon of milk had a dent on it, dude, I'd have to like open it up and pour it down the drain, or like a gallon
No
of juice.
way.
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
because it wasn't to their standard.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, I
Safeway's
would-
one of the biggest food wasters in the world.
I would chug that shit, bro. Like if it was a thing of orange juice, like some Simply Lemonade, and it had a dent on it, I'd just
yeah.
start drinking it. If I was
I'd have-
thirsty that day, I'd just fucking bang it on the counter and be like, all right, this is dented.
Yeah.
I had a buddy. He used to eat the pre-cooked shrimp in the
In the meat
cutter
in the meat
section?
bro. I had to clean that. I had a story. I had to clean that too. Damn, that's something I should have done.
I'll
too.
tell you a story.
Hold
My
on.
buddy-
Yours
Oh,
is better than mine.
sorry,
Yours is
sorry,
better than
sorry.
mine.
Go.
So I would clean the meat section, bro, and I'd eat the Lunchables because that's where they'd have them stocked at.
Oh hell yeah.
So I'd be eating Lunchables every
Oh.
day. But
Pizza
now
Lunchables.
Hell yeah.
I should have put some shrimp on top and had like a bomb ass Lunchable.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now that he told
Fancy
me
shit
that.
right
He's like
there.
pinky up. He's like anything else is uncivilized. He's like,
I've got Lunchables with cocktail sauce.
you don't sprinkle caviar on your fucking Lunchable,
But
peasant.
Peasants.
actually, you can tell your story after this. I worked at a Porsche dealership for a while.
Oh,
Oh,
sick.
really?
When I moved
Nice.
back to Cali, over there in Monterey.
Nice.
And we had an opening for one of the new Panameras. It's crazy. And so
Like
I
an
helped.
event?
Yeah, I helped deliver the cars there. It was at like a golf club in Carmel. So
Nice.
Oh, sick.
yeah, so I got free drinks and free food there, bro. So like
Uh-huh.
I went to the table. I was like, oh, some crackers, that's sick. And then I was like, oh, some cheese. You have to cut your own cheese and like put it on your plate. I was like, that's sick. They had some like salmon, whatever, on the tables.
I've never heard it pronounced like that. I love it.
Some salmon.
You've never heard of Jonathan Abrams? Anyways,
Oh yeah.
so bro, after I make my plate,
That's why you paused. You were like, please acknowledge this.
after I made my plate, bro, I looked at it and I was like, this is the most expensive Lunchable I've ever eaten in my fucking life.
Just hella upgraded ingredients.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
Nice.
aged cheese and shit. It's like, bro, these fools just
Yeah.
eat Lunchables and they call themselves fancy.
Hell yeah.
What was that
right?
show you used to show me where the girl used to take the like Hot Pockets and then she'd make like a gourmet version of them?
Tough.
Oh, yeah. On Bon Appetit, when they used
Oh,
to not
yeah.
be racist. Or, I mean, when they were racist and they were popular, I guess.
They're racist?
They were, yeah. Now they've disbanded. And so all of the famous YouTubers that were on the Chef Show have now gone off to do their own thing.
Like when you
And so
say racist, you mean like
Claire-
Paula Dean racist?
Like, did they make food
Nah,
for certain
like-
stereotypes or like?
Nah, they were like, they specifically like gave more screen time to like Caucasian
Oh.
chefs, and they took away the way that they made some of the videos for the people who were of color is actually like really interesting when you take a look back at it after reading the article. But yeah, there was a lot of shit that people were complaining about on the inside about like not getting the right opportunities or getting the same pay as other people. And so they broke off and eventually they're doing their own thing. So Claire, she used to do the gourmet where she would take like bagel bites, right? Get some from the store.
Bagel bites
the
are fire,
ingredients. Bro. Exactly. That's why I brought them up. Especially because like we're high. Come on. So she'd look at the ingredients in the box and then she would try her best to make a gourmet version using like taking out all the shit and using like the realist version of all those things. And it was really cool. Most of the time, like she would come up with a really awesome thing. She once did Pop-Tarts and it was the hardest like project she'd ever done.
She did hella shit.
Yeah. It was really interesting to watch.
Shit.
Yeah. So if you ever want to go check out some good cooking YouTube videos, Claire Saffitz on YouTube.
What's crazy is hipsters always implode on themselves. It's crazy.
Say more.
Well, it's just like they
elaborate.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they always like come
I've said what I need to say.
And like they're so good intention that they can't even stay to the standard that they're holding themselves to.
Interesting.
And it's just like they're like,
Well, I feel like a lot of those are like they just have that kind of front. They don't really have that foundation. You know what I mean? They're probably founded upon something that is, I guess you would say, transparent and hollow to begin with.
Yeah, yeah.
So is this like a security, self-confidence issue kind of thing?
I wouldn't say that. I think people just like, you know, if we take about the thing with Bon Appetit was backed by a pretty big corporation when it started. And I don't know, but I have the belief that a lot of corporations that start those small media companies or media groups or channels or things like that, they have the intentions of building up their businesses in malicious ways. Like they don't care. They'll use whoever they need to. They'll use content creators. They'll use their art. They won't give them credit when they need to. And they'll be happy to use whatever face that content creator provides so that they can get that money to begin with. It's like they'll manipulate and use people as much as they want in order to get the money that they want. And it doesn't matter what their face looks like.
Are they treating you good at the Intellectual Stoner Hour? Is that what you're kind of trying to...
it's just us.
Are you trying to...
That's just us, bro.
Yeah, I'm like...
Blink twice. Blink twice
media.
if you're being held hostage, bro. He's like, they treat their
Big media's
employees
got us
bad.
hostage, man. We gotta say what we want to say. It's terrible.
He's all,
I always talk about the CIA hopping down from the ceiling.
He's like, their bosses treat them bad. They don't give them enough time. He's like, just looking straight at you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's looking straight at you like the whole time saying that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I think for us too, like growing up in the Bay Area, like definitely over my lifetime, like seeing the change. And a lot of people say, like, we did a podcast about this, about like gentrification, right? Like where I live near Lake Merritt in Oakland. When I was a kid growing up, you didn't really go around Lake Merritt at night. But now over the last like 20 or so years, 15 or so years, it's really been, completely revamped. You know, they've made it so like it's a hangout spot. You know, it's a place they want people to be at. And it's a good thing, right? Because that's like, you know, we got rid of some crime down there. We've like utilized this space. But also with that whole area around Lake Merritt has been used for like, you know, there's like Starbucks is coming in and buying out old, you know, coffee shops.
Local coffee
There's
shop.
a lot of like different like, you know, stuff going on that's not even necessarily rooted in Oakland. That's a lot of people say like the Bay Area and like Oakland. That's why you see the brand, you know, Oaklandish and rooted in Oakland, that whole idea of like staying true to what Oakland really is, right? And like the idea that like as things improve, like who's lending out these like helping hands?
To contrast that, I think it's interesting because I recently had a conversation with someone who said that they were looking to move out of around the same area that you were in because they felt the exact opposite of what you have described, which I think is really interesting.
How so?
They believe that the area is unsafe and it's like they can't walk out and they can't go for a walk outside. And I was like, yeah, it's understandable from both perspectives. I just think it's interesting how there are two perspectives.
I will say,
you should tell him, welcome to Cali, baby.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, you turn around all of a sudden. Dave Chappelle, for what it's worth. I remember.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean, at least where I'm at, right? Like I'm pretty close to the lake, and like I'm, you know, that little area that I'm in is pretty, you know, gentrified, I would say.
Sounds like.
Now, I will say that like there's a lot of traffic down by
Don't
the
you
lake.
live by the IVs?
Cleveland, like the Cleveland Heights area over there. Yeah. So like that area is pretty nice. It's always been pretty nice up there.
It's changing too. It's crazy. Like over the past like year and a half, like he's been saying, it's just the way that it's changed. It's like it looks like one of those downtowns you would find in Redwood City. And so, forgive me if you're not familiar with like what a Redwood City downtown looks like, but it would look like your typical like brick downtown buildings with like storefronts and people like walking around and getting drinks and just like being casual as fuck.
Well, I was just saying like that, yeah, sorry, I was listening to what Michael was saying, but,
it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like,
sorry, I really wanted to hear what he was saying and you cut him off.
Oh yeah, he
did.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I think I was talking about more about like at night and like stuff like that. And like the area has like changed over the last year or so, just like with the pandemic and whatnot. Like, there's been a lot more people homeless and on the street. The homeless like have been spilling over from other areas. So I could definitely see that over the last year like that. I mean, I don't go out at night a lot, And if I do, like I'll hang out by the lake sometimes, but usually I'm around the lake at the daytime just because any heavily trafficked area in Oakland can be, hot. How would you say that in layman's terms?
Well, I mean, like that's just saying with life, right? Like,
yeah,
you go down the wrong path, you get bitten by a snake.
At my age, like I just have no need to be out at night, fucking around down by the lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the later the night goes on, the more chances you have of something bad going on.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing good happens after midnight, right?
Exactly. So.
But I mean, like if you walk down by the lake at daytime, there's people out there jogging. Yeah. There's women out there jogging. Like it's I saw Donald Foyle down by the lake.
Which is how it should be. We should be in a world where it doesn't matter what time of day you want to go out and do something. But obviously that's not realistic.
I was shooting my bow, doing some archery with a friend of mine, his girlfriend, and me and her were having to talk about like, people say like talking about rape, like how can women protect themselves against rape and things like that, and like sexual assault, and like how can women go out and feel safe? How can women get in Ubers and feel safe? And she was like, well, if men would just stop, if we would just teach our men to stop, preying on these women or teach our men to be more whatever. And I was saying, yeah, like no man should ever rape a woman, but we know that's not the case though. And because we know it's not a perfect world, what I'm saying is we know that there's men that would rape. That's proven. There's rapists in the world, right? There's rapists. Can we all say there
I misunderstood. I'm like, I don't understand what you're
saying.
There
are rapists in the world. So because of that, here's how women can protect themselves. And it's like this idea.
Oh, so okay. Like you're saying that it's
like this idea of a utopia where like
world.
We don't women can run around half naked and you know what I mean, and like no man would ever do anything dishonorable to like a woman should be able to be a masseuse and massage a professional athlete and not have to worry about getting sexually assaulted, right?
All right, you want to talk about Deshaun Watson? Is that
I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is because we know that there are men who are evil and who are disgusting.
Yeah.
How can we stay safe? It's like the same idea with crime. Look, yes, I should be able to take my girlfriend for a walk around my neighborhood at night and not have to worry about it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because what the reality is, I do have to kind of think about it because I don't want to be a victim.
Yeah, and if you don't think about it, then that is going to happen to you because
exactly the people who don't think about it,
in a bad situation.
Exactly. But yeah, the whole Deshaun Watson thing, dude, is just crazy to me because everyone thought it was a scam, including me. I was like, oh, they're just trying to search his name. Then it's like 30 women later, like, oh.
22?
Yeah.
And bro, there's still.
Bill Cosby's nephew.
They're still saying, like, oh, where's the proof? Where's the proof? It's like, it's kind of hard to prove that someone is grabbing your junk, like.
I mean, the
burden
of
that's what record at the time.
And I believe that's why they went the civil route because the burden of proof in a civil case versus a criminal case is lower, right? So these women we're going to go through a civil route because exactly how do you prove that in a room with just you and him that he sexually assaulted? No one can prove that. You can't prove it. And even if 100 women came out, you still you still couldn't 100% prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless they all describe like if they saw something, and then they all describe it.
He's got a tattoo on his left testicle.
Yeah, for real.
Says "Go Tigers" or whatever. Because he's with the Clemson.
It says "Texans suck."
It's like fuck Houston.
It says "Free me."
Yeah, it's just crazy to think about though. Like, dang, like that dude was on top of the world a year ago. He got a fat contract.
You're a Raiders fan, right?
Hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan.
Bro, I remember everyone wanted to trade for him. They wanted
Yeah.
to get rid of Derek Carr, get rid of
like
Darren
Derek Carr.
Waller. Yeah, get rid of Darren Waller. Get rid of like 3 first-round picks. It's like, okay, we're gonna trade our whole team for this guy. Which, if we
And
ended up doing, we wouldn't have had him anyways.
I mean, he's a good player, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think he's a good player. But I think him and Derek Carr are more comparable than people want to think. He's definitely a better athlete. I would rather have Deshaun Watson because he can run. But Derek Carr's fucking good, dude. People, like, want to hit on Derek Carr and talk about, like, he's a pussy and all this stuff. I just don't see it. The boy can fucking spin it.
Bro,
he can spin it.
You know how people say he's a pussy?
Mm-hmm.
He's played with the broken finger. He's played with the
Broken
broken
back.
back. Yeah, like, dude, he's played injured through many games.
Pulled his groin, still played this last year.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like the defense sucks.
Yeah,
this guy's a
forever.
Niner fan. He doesn't even know what it feels like to suck for a long period of time.
Oh, yeah?
You had like
Yeah,
5
that-
years. Like,
yeah,
yeah, 5
hey,
years. Like, oh,
It was
Oh.
pretty bad. It was pretty
it
bad.
was pretty bad.
Alex Smith?
It was pretty bad.
Alex Smith?
What about, I mean, eh.
I mean, Alex Smith got you guys to this fucking conference game. He
Bro,
was like
dude, he would throw interceptions left and right. I remember.
Yeah,
he fucking wasn't that good.
everything with us is just like a, hey-oh. That's just all, hey-oh.
well,
Super Bowl? Oh, no.
since
What
I've
sucks
been a
for-
Raider fan, we've just been. we've had
See, I remember-
we've had one
yeah.
year of
Hey, ever since 2003, baby. Ever since 2003.
See, what's crazy is my dad grew up like a big time Raider fan when they were the fucking Raiders, right? Like
Yeah.
he was there for the Sea of Hands, like he was there for like a lot of those big
he was
games.
a 70s, 80s Raider fan.
Yeah.
You said the Sea of Hands?
Sea of Hands was a play where in the playoffs where Ken Stabler flips the ball into the end zone and like they were playing the Dolphins and like all the like 3 defensive players reach for it and the one fucking Raiders, I forget which Raiders running back it
He was
was,
the one that grabbed it.
just reaches up and grabs it. It's like all the Sea of Hands. Bill King.
So that's the Raiders, the catch.
No, we have the Raiders have a million the catches.
Yeah.
They got the ghost of the post.
Yeah, but there's
Dave
only
Caston.
one the catch.
I mean, yes, it's a great play.
There's
Okay.
only
Oh,
one
dude,
the
the
catch.
Raiders got awesome names like for all their plays. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Holy
Sea of
Rollers.
Hands is kinda
even the
cool.
ones against them too.
Especially
yeah,
when you think of
even the ones
Raiders,
against them
right?
too sound sick.
And the Raiders had a tight end named Dave Casper. So his famous play he ran a post route. It was the ghost to the post.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's cool.
Dave Casper was dude. The Raiders.
I like how they all seem to have like a Raider kind of connotation to it. right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
that's-
the ghost,
yeah.
the sea.
NFL films and like Bill King, like who was the Raiders before. Greg Papa was a great Raiders announcer, but Bill King was the original Raiders announcer. Greg Papa. I don't even like Brent Musburger.
I would
the
say
new
Greg
guy.
Papa's a Niner now, no?
I know, man, but
how,
it
did,
like hurts you.
how does that happen? Like, no offense to you Niner guys, but like he was like a big time Raider commentator. Oh, here's touchdown Raiders.
Dude,
And-
my fucking.
Oh, dude, he's infamous. He's
Yeah,
man.
that's him.
And he's on the Niners
yeah,
now.
and he goes to the Niners.
Yeah.
Because
Dude, that guy, every time you think about it, Raiders.
What's crazy
Like,
about
that's him.
yeah.
What's crazy about Greg Papa? He's been the radio or TV announcer for the Raiders, the Niners, the A's, the Giants, and the Warriors.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
he's a Bay guy.
Yeah,
too.
that's
He
fucking-
gets hyped.
yeah. Every team
He gets
except for the
IPA.
Sharks. Dude, hell yeah, he's fucking like the drink and shit, dude. He's always talking about how he's got to get hammered and shit. Yeah, Greg Papa's dude. He's a bad motherfucker, dude. Yeah,
Hey.
dude. Raiders lore runs deep, dude. My dad and Napoleon Coffin were really close for a long time.
If I had to watch some of those Raider games, I'd be drinking a lot too.
Dude, I'll never forget, dude. They fucking Jamarcus. I was in college. I got Jamarcus Russell, and I was like, oh yeah. And then like, you heard that in training camp. He didn't show up to training camp at first. He held out. Then he heard he showed up, and he was just like throwing like 20-yard out routes into the ground and shit. Like he just couldn't throw shit. Like he just was inaccurate, and he was just a fat piece of shit.
You want to hear
I never-
some more folklore about Raiders? So Jamarcus Russell was given this was before iPads and stuff. He was given a CD to study the tape, and so the coaches gave it to him. He was supposed to study overnight, and then they came back and they're like, so what do you think about the plays about this? And he's like, oh yeah, they're pretty good. We can run them. And bro, it was a blank disc. There was
It was a
nothing on
blank
it.
disc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story crazier than that. When I was in fucking college, the Raiders were playing the next day. I want to say they were playing the Jets the next day. I don't remember now. It was like his second year or third year in the league. And I went that night. I went to the Saturday night. I went to a club in the city called. It was at the time. It was called Ruby Sky. And I went there, bro. And it was like 2 a.m. And I went into the fucking. I went into the fucking VIP, and Jamarcus Russell's in there in the VIP, bro, like sitting back there with like a bottle, a couple of bitches with him. Bro, the Raiders were playing like at 2 a.m. They were
Yeah.
playing at fucking 1:05 p.m. Pacific time, dude.
Yeah, the
and he
home
was
game.
still in the club at 2 a.m, bro.
Iced
Fucking
out
just
too, huh?
Feeling drunk as fuck. Dude, in the fucking, like that mink, bro, he was wearing that fucking mink.
That
dude. He had
jacket?
like a fucking,
Yeah, the
he
one
had
you
like
got
a
in
wave
trouble?
cap. Yep, he had like a wave cap on, bro. He was iced out, bro. He was just balling in there, dude. Just fucking slumped off the fucking lean, bro. Yep, I'll never forget that shit. I was like, wow, this nigga's about to play a game in
Yeah,
fucking
no.
like
Hey.
10 hours.
Yo, bro, that's Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, oh
Yeah,
no, that's Jamarcus
in the
Russell.
NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I met Bay Area legend Bill Russell in the airport when I was 12, asked him for his autograph. He told me he doesn't do autographs
Damn.
on my birthday. That's a true story, dude, in the Seattle airport. My dad, it was, dude, my poor dad, he wanted to, like, my dad had just started, like, really making money, and, like, he knew I loved Ken Griffey Jr., right, in the Seattle Mariners. So he paid for my 12th birthday. He flew me up to the Kingdom to see Ken Griffey Jr. play. Bro, we get to the game. I'll never forget, the Mariners were playing the Rangers. Ken Griffey Jr. was out that day for a day of rest. Alex Rodriguez had, like, fucked up his knee, and Edgar Martinez had pulled his hamstring, and Jay Buhner had, like, messed up his back. So, like, all the best players were not playing. I watched David Bell hit a 3-run home run, and we're flying back, and I run into Bill Russell in the airport. I'm, like, 12, asked him for his autograph, and he's like, don't do autographs, kiddo.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, he didn't give me the finger waggle, but he said he doesn't
Yeah, I'm
do
sure he did.
autographs.
So you could have signed an autograph for Matthew. He's only 6 years old.
Yeah, dude, exactly. I'm like, I have Trevor. No, I shouldn't even say that. I have a sickness.
No.
But yeah, dude.
The
I've run into
Eminem
a lot
song,
of-
you know, the stun.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I had a bunch of stories like that. I've like
I had a
my
bunch of stories like that. What the fuck?
like just running into athletes, hella randomly. I ran into Tyrone Lue after he got fired by the Cavs in Vegas, walking through a casino at like 1 a.m. I was drunk. I was like, "Hey, Tyrone Lue!" I was like, "That was fucked up what they did to you, man."
Yeah.
What do you say?
He was just like, "Oh, thank you." He kept walking. He had his girl's hand. He just
Was
kept
it Tyrone
walking.
Lue or were you just drunk?
Yeah, it was Tyrone
He's
Lue.
probably just drunk.
Just some random black
Hell
guy.
no.
I feel like a
Yo,
lot of these
Tyronn
were
Lue.
probably him just being drunk.
No, dude, what?
High off the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
That motherfucker.
Why aren't you on the Cavs? Oh wait.
Right, dude, hella funny.
No,
yeah, dude.
I have I don't know if you could tell. The Charles Woodson autographed a photo right there.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And then the Rich Gannon one there. I didn't get it.
Oh,
personally
wow.
signed,
Nice.
but I got it there.
I know
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
got
Yeah, exactly. Before we went.
Yeah,
back.
my dad and Napoleon Kaufman were super close. He was running back for the Raiders for a few years.
Oh, that's sick.
C. Wood, dude, yeah.
That guy, come on.
And then Rich
Ah,
Gannon.
man. Yeah. Charles Wilson was so good, dude. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
kind of guy that's the kind of guy we need this year. We need to find a free safety that's a ball hawk like Charles Woodson.
Hell
I
yeah.
like Richie Grant and I like Javon Holland.
I don't follow college, so I'm gonna believe you for everything you say.
I don't really follow college that much either, but I watch a lot of tape on the players. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm a GM. Whoever they pick, I'm not one of those guys that they pick somebody. I'm not gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, man? John Gruden doesn't know. John Gruden doesn't know what he's talking about. John Gruden knows more about football than all the collective Raider fans' minds put together. Like people are like acting like he doesn't know what he's doing. The team has gotten better. The team has gotten better.
All I can say is, I'm tired of these projects. Let's not get a project. Let's not get a.
No.
Let's get someone that's gonna be an instant impact and
Oh,
the best
I
at
like
their position.
Yeah, I like the linebacker from Notre Dame that everyone keeps saying we should get. I like him.
Yeah,
You
we need
know, I don't
linebackers.
give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, defense,
Yeah.
and then I mean, I guess we're gonna get a right tackle.
Yeah, we need
I
a
wasn't
line
that-
now too, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't that heartbroken about Rodney Hudson getting traded. I just wasn't.
No,
He was a good guy. He was a good player. He was a good guy.
it sucked.
Yeah,
It sucked,
The fucking
but
center.
I get it. Yeah, you know, that
The
dude's a
fucking
beast.
center.
I-
He's a beast, but
After the Khalil Mack trade, my heart can
Yeah.
take anything now.
I never thought. Dude, on my Twitter somewhere, I have a post of me at our A's game, right before that happened. It was like that off season, and I'm drunk because Biff Roberts. So Biff Roberts and me have like some mutual friends through baseball. So we were talking and shit during the game. It was when the A's played the Dodgers and they beat Kershaw 2-1 a couple years back. But anyway, after the game, I'm drunk as shit, and I'm like looking into the camera on CSN Bay Area, and I'm like, sign Khalil Mack. Bring Greg Papa back. Sign Khalil back. Bring Greg Papa back. I'm just like shit facing my sunglasses
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You see me. And the cameraman like pans to try and get his head behind the news person, but he like shoves his way over to the left. He's like, you see me. You know what I'm saying.
And what's crazy, that's just a little clip that my friend sent me from the TV, dude. That wasn't even like the whole time. Like I was fucking around and behind the fucking. I was just talking to Bip and
You could tell you were shit faced.
What stadium was that at?
The Coliseum.
The Coliseum. Have you had a lot of experiences there? I'm assuming yes.
Hell yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that like let's just say the A's move out, right? It's gonna just be an two empty stadiums there.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna drive past there with your kids and be like, I used to get so fucked up in that parking lot right there, or just randomly.
Yeah.
You're just gonna point to a random parking lot or empty space,
Dude.
like, bro, I almost died a couple times right there.
Dude, what's crazy is my dad used to get fucked up there watching the Raiders, you know what I mean? Back in the day. So it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, generations of our family has gotten shit-faced and cheered for the Raiders there. Not anymore. They're in Vegas.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Man, that's random, right? Like I don't know. I just think that's funny. It's just like that spot right there.
Yeah. You know what they'll probably do, honestly, if ever, like, you know, if the A's do move away, they'll just tear that thing down and put some condos and, like, apartments there or something.
Yeah,
It's too good of a little spot
They'll
right
do the
there.
same thing like they did with Candlestick.
What do they put there? Condos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
just
was-
put real estate.
I was gonna say, look, it's a pretty shitty area though.
Yeah, but you know what? The BART comes right there.
They're
You got a
changing a lot of
freeway.
it,
You got
too.
a freeway exit. They're putting new
There's a lot
housing
of
down there.
townhouses over
Is
there.
there?
They're
Like
putting-
on 98, yeah,
Yeah.
98 does like
Oakland's changing.
a whole like complex of townhouses. It's pretty crazy.
Hayward too is changing, going down Mission. All those townhouses they throw up down going down Mission.
Oh yeah, dude. There's townhouses going up right behind the high school now because they redid our my high school. They gave us like a whole stadium now with like lights and shit because we used to not be able to go and play football at our own home grass. We used to have to go down to another high school
That's
because
so
they
funny.
had lights so that we could play Friday night games.
Would you guys go to Sunset?
Yeah, we went to Sunset with all the potholes. It was a terrible.
Oh,
experience.
dude, I watched a guy blow out his leg playing there, dude.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
terrible.
nice.
There's horror stories on that field
It's like
about
goat
the
track.
potholes and how they've ruined careers.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, in North
that's why
Salinas,
one of my
in Salinas, yeah.
yeah.
Our stadium was too. They didn't have enough seats for people to watch. You know, that like the
Oh,
benches
yeah.
were
Oh,
tiny.
shit, yeah.
So
Mhm.
we're like the only team that didn't get to play at our home turf. But
Oh,
we
yeah, so
we
you
had
know.
the fairgrounds, where they have the rodeo. I'm sure
Mhm.
I'm sure you guys heard about it.
Yeah, I know
it was
what
a
you're
big-
talking about.
It was the stadium, you know. So our team that was our home game was the stadium. So we
Oh,
had
that's
That's
kind of
sick.
sick, though.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
sick.
We got a
Yeah.
little stadium and everyone else got.
That's
to
an
play at home.
upgrade, yeah.
So we're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a town I duck hunt in that they have it like that, where the local high school plays at the fairgrounds. When I go out to the Midwest, it's usually like that. Like in South Dakota and shit,
Mhm.
the high school plays at the fairgrounds.
Like they go somewhere else.
They play 7-man football. They don't even play full
Really?
squads. There's not enough kids. They'll
Damn.
burn through their kids. They'll play 7 or 5-man football.
Wow.
That's why you don't see a lot of big recruits coming out of like South Dakota and like.
Because they just don't have that.
I mean, there's like got the kids.
Mm.
They just play a lot of positions. They're like, well, we don't even know what to sign you
Yeah.
as, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're a quarterback, I mean, you see a lot of those
O
kids.
line and
nowadays.
D line flipping every. I used to have
Yeah.
to do that because we didn't have enough players on our football team either. Like we were hurting.
Hear about that shit in JV and shit. You hear about that shit in high school, yeah.
Yeah.
The
all of
tight
our
ends,
best
the
players had
cornerback.
to go to the varsity team. Yeah, the tight ends, the quarterback, exactly. Linebackers, the middle running or the running back.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, shit. I remember there was a guy who I was friends with from San Leandro High, Dennis Dixon. He ended up playing at Oregon and ended up playing for the Steelers. Dude, he used to punt. He was the quarterback. He was the field goal kicker. Like even my sister's fiance, he was a pretty good football player around here. He went to he was a junior college MVP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like
Which one?
he went to
Laney?
Chabot.
Oh, Chabot.
Chabot. But dude, he same shit. He kick, throw. You know what I mean? They do all that shit. Pump, pass, kick. You know.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who didn't even really play a position. He was the punter at Arizona State just because he could kick.
Just because he could kick.
Yeah.
Just because they seen him playing soccer and they're like, all right, you gotta lay.
He was playing soccer. He was a running back in high school. He went to junior college. He just started punting. He went to Arizona State. He used to smoke weed with James Harden, allegedly. I don't know if he's telling the truth.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't know if he's telling the truth.
The smoking part's not alleged. Just with James Harden is alleged.
Yeah. He was smoking. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm who with.
couldn't
You know
tell
what I
who
mean?
it was.
There's a dude on the Raiders. I won't even say who it is, but there's a dude on the Raiders that I know for a fact smokes weed with a friend of mine.
Oh, nice.
Like, and he tells my. That's like a lot of times when I see people talking shit about the team online. I know for a fact from the dude on the team, like that's not the case. People saying like Derek Carr, like people don't like him in the locker room. Like not the case.
Bro, they're trying to say, I know,
Yeah.
and they tried to say he's racist, and that's why the teammates don't
Yeah,
like
that's
him.
right.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Did I show you that? He had
Yeah.
that weighted vest. They're like, oh, he's He's at the Capitol.
Yeah, that was bad timing on his part.
They're like he's throwing rocks and they're just hitting the ground. The little check downs.
Yeah, they were talking hella shit. Like, dude, he could fucking spin it, but I don't give a fuck. Some of the throws he makes are on par with some of the best guys in the league. So I don't care.
I have this jersey curse, bro. Where if I buy the person's jersey, they're either gonna get cut or they're gonna get injured.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I remember, you know how you said like you met a lot of like athletes and they turned you down. I've had some sad experiences. One of the most memorable games I've been to was on December 24th. I think it was 2016. It was the Raiders versus the Colts. And we were
when he snapped his ankle.
Yeah, we were up by a good lead, and then Derek Carr gets sacked and he broke his leg. And dude, the whole stadium was fucking quiet because like everyone knew what was going on. You know,
Ruined Christmas, dude.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Ruined Christmas.
And,
that was the worst.
I had a Derek Carr jersey too, so.
Yeah, dude, that's why people are always like, "Oh, he doesn't have any playoff starts." Yeah, because he snapped his leg carrying the team on his back in 2016.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not tolerate Derek Carr slander.
Exactly, bro. I like Derek Carr.
I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
Yes, I'm looking at you too. But
Niner fan.
I don't even say anything about Derek
Jimmy
Carr.
Garoppolo sucks. Let's see you guys in the draft.
Just because Jimmy G's been there doesn't mean nothing.
I will say though, Jimmy G.
I couldn't give less of a shit about Jimmy G.
Jimmy G back in that porn star though. That was big dick energy, dude.
Oh, is that what he did?
Dude, within his first few months of being the cornerback, he went on that date with that porn star, and like a porn star, with a huge fake tits, huge done up lips. And bro, and she put something on her Instagram like, time I heard for Jimmy G, like, she about to give him the gok 3000, and fucking dude, yeah, he was fucking that porn star. So people were like, oh, dude, this guy's that's a quarterback. I think that's the reason a lot of people. Quarterback. That's one of the reasons people don't like Carr either, because he's like a Christian, he's like a nice guy, like he's not like fuck you, he's not like that. He's just like
the only thing I don't like about Derek Carr is sometimes he doesn't go through his whole progressions the whole time, and he'll either throw it away or he feels the pressure, and which isn't kind of unfair because any quarterback that feels pressure does shitty decisions. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think over the last couple of years, like when the team didn't have a lot of weapons, like he wasn't gonna fuck it around and force it.
And just force it.
I mean, like, just like for what? Why am I? You know what I mean?
But what I mean is, there's some situations where like, bro, you have to force it. Like it's the game's on the line, and there's been times where he throws it away too.
That's why I'm always like curious to see how because in 2016 his best year, right? That's like the best year. Was like he wasn't he took chances. He chucked that shit in the double coverage to Michael Crabtree. Like he trusted Crabtree.
Yeah, Crabtree was those sideline catches, bro.
Yeah, once you saw Crabtree and Cooper leave, he hasn't had anybody that consistent. I don't think that he trusts like that. Like one telling thing was like when they played the Chiefs the first go around and they beat them. They showed that clip of him telling Henry Ruggs like before the game started, "Hey, if I throw it up," he's like, "You were nobody else. Like make sure you get it." You know what I mean? And he's like, you could tell he doesn't want to turn the ball over.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Especially
against the Chiefs, because we always get turnovers against them.
People crush him when he turns the ball over. So he's like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna turn the ball over. I'm just gonna be smart with it." And fucking the problem is the defense is trash.
They can't get takeaways.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think Paul Gunther was trash.
Yeah, I did too.
Turn to a Raider podcast. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I know. I feel kind of bad. Like,
it's all good. Keep going. We're good.
No, trust me. Me and chat, we already have a connection through the camera. I'm just like, you guys know I don't know what's going on.
I don't feel that bad. You didn't.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. You should. Yeah, I didn't assume you did anyway.
But anyways. Gosh damn it!
No, the defense.
In 2016, we were getting a bunch of takeaways, bro. Even though we weren't the best defense, Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin, dude, they were getting strip sacks, and then our cornerbacks and safeties were getting mostly, wits and all that.
Deflected balls and whatnot.
Yeah, they were getting interceptions. Reggie Nelson was actually good that year.
Yeah, Reggie Nelson, dude, fat and slow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I know.
Probably a nice guy, but hey. Fat and slow, dude. I don't know why he was a free safety. He was just like an extra linebacker out there.
I know. I'm just saying that year he was actually getting picks though, which is.
But no, he did. He had like 11 picks that year or something like that. I remember.
And then like the year after, he just got burnt every play.
He was a ball hawk, but he couldn't cover anybody.
Yeah, if you couldn't get to the ball, I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But the whole point is we don't get takeaways no more. Like.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. Gunther played that. He just didn't coach the guys up well. You can tell people are always miscommunicating. Marcus Joyner was a letdown. I don't care what he says about he gets to play free safety. Dude, he was a fucking letdown.
Yeah, he
I
was
hope
getting paid
Corey
a lot.
Littleton plays better.
Yeah,
he
he's
just
getting paid a lot, so you gotta at least
you're
play
a
better than
corner.
that.
Yeah, cover somebody, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
Or what I would hate is our guys would wait behind the first down line. Like if it was like 2nd and 10, or Gunther would have our player wait behind the 10-yard line. So right when the guy passes it, then they tackle him. Like, bro, go straight at him. Stop him.
Yeah.
Stop him way behind the line. Something.
like I'll admit, like I'm not the greatest guy at defensive football. I'm more like I played offense or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
just from people I know, are just like, dude, like Paul Gunther's like, his shit didn't make sense. Like just like the way he'd leave parts of the field open, the way he'd have the guys like protect the run, and like the way he had the defensive line set up. But whatever, man. Like, we'll see. It's always some. It's sports. I remember it's sports. It's not that serious. People who like at the players. Like you had a guy on here who earlier in the season he was talking shit. He was like adding like Max Crosby.
Mitchell Renz?
Come to find, no. I don't
Jones?
like Mitchell. Yeah, that guy. I don't like Mitchell Renz though.
Okay.
I do not like Mitchell Renz. I don't like that he's really a Jets fan.
This is what we're getting into now.
I don't like that he's
Okay.
really a Jets fan.
Yeah, we talked about that too. But you know what?
Yeah, whatever.
I'll give you this.
Whatever.
What's a real Raiders fan?
I don't think there's such thing as a real Raiders fan. It's just funny to me that like he gets paid to do that job.
Yeah,
It's not just him. It's not just him. Like it's media people. I don't like people who are paid to do a job. They're paid to get certain clicks and likes. He does put out content and when something happens, I'll give him that. But dude, you're paid to be the fan. Don't just and he didn't dip his toe in the water to be ingratiated into the nation. He just was like, hey, I'm here. I'm doing this show. Fuck it. Love me because I'm doing this show off the Raiders and I do it every day. Man, just calm down. Ease your way in.
yeah.
I don't like people that attack the players without being around the team. If you're not covering the team, you don't know what a guy is going through. Like Max Crosby had a broken bone in his hand, and a torn labrum. He was still out there giving it his all. That's all you can ask, bro. And maybe it's because I was an athlete. I played Division I sports, and so maybe I feel more towards the athlete. But it's I don't like guys in the media taking pot shots, especially if you've never played the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you don't really know what it's like to even get out there,
Nah, I know it's crazy. I feel the same way, but at the same time, the only reason I ask what's a real fan is because I always see people the same thing. Oh, he was a Jets fan before. Well, he's a Raiders fan now. I'll give it that. But if he ever switches back to the Jets, or if he switches to a different team, let's say he has to cover someone else, and he's just a straight up diehard fan of that.
I feel like
then you can't come
go
back.
ahead.
You can't come back.
Yeah.
But if you rep him now, then hey, that's cool.
I mean, it's what it is, man. It's sports, dude. It's for fun. Who cares? It's not gangs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump him because he's, I just rather, some of the takes, when people want to be taken seriously as a journalist and things like that, give me some real takes. Cover the team. Get, make some connections with the team, with the players, with people around the team. You know what I mean? That's if you want to cover the team, do shit like that. Get some inside information, some inside connections. Don't just be throwing out these wingers to create content. That's just whatever,
That's just bad content.
It's just bad content.
And if you are going to be doing that, then at least let people know that's what you're about.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a parody or whatever, But everyone's like J. Cole said. Some dudes make millions, other guys make memes. Whatever, dude. Each his own. I don't care that much. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to hate on the man. I don't bash him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Speaking of, how you said people around the thing and everything. Phil Jones was interviewing the Chiefs players for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's good for. Hey, he has good content. I'm not hating on that. I didn't like that he called out Max Crosby like that about him not making production because you never know what a player's going through.
Yeah. So
especially in the game of football.
What about Marcus Joyner?
Yeah, but has Marcus Joyner come out with any type of injuries or anything like that?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Marcus Joyner has produced at all. Max Crosby was producing, then all of a sudden he just stopped, and he was around the quarterback. And you could tell something was different, though. LaMarcus Joyner never produced for the Raiders.
Yeah.
He didn't earn shit.
I was about to say it's actually worse because when he was on the Rams, he was on a high level, and then with us, his drop-off was nasty.
And my thing with Phil and Max Crosby, like I said, was as long as a guy's given 100% effort, like Eric Harris. Eric Harris wasn't a very good player, but he gave 100% effort. You can't hate on him for that.
I like him as a rotational player more than as a
special teams player.
Yeah, he's not a starter.
Yeah. But you asked that guy to start at free safety for the Raiders, the talent just wasn't there. And that's, hey, my talent wasn't there to play beyond the level I played at. That's just facts.
Yeah. And if they put you at that position to be a starter, then that's not on you, right?
Yeah, that caught me off guard. That was a crazy thing that caught me off guard last year. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Okay. I'm a fan. I didn't know if I was going to follow him to Vegas, but Who else am I gonna root for?
Yeah, well, I'll follow him to Vegas because I'm a Raider fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Raider fan.
But it does suck. But hey, if any team's gonna go to Vegas, it's the Raiders, bro.
I mean, at least it's still kind of like outlawish.
Yeah.
The best thing about the Raiders was they were Oakland. Like they were gritty.
Yeah.
They were nasty. They were grimy. They was like the underdogs, the bad boys, you know.
Yeah.
And now you're in Vegas. It's like the glitz and glamour. But hey, whatever.
All I know is I'm not gonna tailgate in Vegas.
Dude, I probably won't. I may go to a game eventually, but I'm not gonna like pay to go to those games. They're too expensive.
I know
like
an
doing other shit with my
$800
money.
ticket for like a nosebleed.
Whoa.
I haven't seen a Raider game live since 2011. The last game I went to was the game against the Chargers to try and go to the playoffs, and Phillip Rivers ate our lunch.
Oh,
I haven't
nice.
stepped. I said after that, I said I would never step foot in it
Jeez.
to see a game live and be disappointed like that again.
My coworker, he'd get season tickets for like the past 3 years of the Raider season in Oakland, and he'd take me for free. I just had to drive.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so shit, I definitely went.
Yeah, I got to go to a lot because I worked in college for our school, like for baseball to raise money for the program. You would work security at Raider games, so I was at every home game for like 3 straight years.
What kind of security
You know?
guard were you? Were you the one that was like didn't do anything, or were you the one that was
Didn't do shit.
too overprotective, bro?
Didn't do shit.
Okay.
I let people smoke in my section. I just
Yeah.
told them, like, if you get caught, you didn't talk to me.
Yeah, be like,
Like, what am I there for?
Yeah,
I'm there not even getting paid, really. It's money's going to my school.
yeah, for real.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah, I was just there to watch the game.
Yeah, I got dude. One of the best things I ever saw live, dude, was I was on the sideline, and 10 feet away, I got to see Randy Moss warm up,
Oh, nice.
and to watch Randy Moss go up and catch a ball that was like 12 feet in the air, like jump how high he could jump. To watch Sebastian Janikowski kick a ball from the other side of fucking midfield.
yeah.
It was just crazy to see those dudes up close. And Janikowski we used to see around Castro Valley, but yeah, dude, to see those guys up close, to see Randy Moss, like one of the transcendent talents of all time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop talking about Raiders because this is going towards the end.
Sorry.
And poor Mike over there is kind of just.
Hey, I'm not worried about. Hey, I like hearing people talk about things they're passionate about. You know what
he's
I mean?
he's
Like,
just soaking up game over there.
Hey, that's why our podcast works.
And this was something I was gonna ask at the beginning, but we were talking about urine and fake dicks. But what's the intellectual stoner hour about?
You want me to take it?
I think you've spoken enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta go pee. Go, you tell him.
You're gonna go pee? Okay, great.
My bladder doesn't explode. So
Yeah, have a good time.
Hey,
Well,
use
Jerry-
your real one, man.
Yeah, he said use your real one. The Intellectual Stoner Hour is basically just Mike and I coming together and having a dialogue about the current events that are happening in the world, and particularly giving our opinion on how we can come together and resolve those types of differences, address them, bring them to the foray for people who may not easily have access to them. We feel like we are a medium that allows people to understand a little bit more about what's going on in the world and how to think about some things while not imposing our thought upon other people. We want to make sure that we're a free thought, free speech type of podcast that we record every week. Usually it's on Wednesdays, and we're live on Twitch and YouTube, as we've spoken about before. But a lot of it comes from Mike and I began our friendship as I would go to a mutual friend of mine's. He would meet up with us and we would smoke some weed, right? And so many friendships, particularly here in the Bay Area, start out that way because that's the type of culture that marijuana provides. It provides an open, honest, transparent culture where you can just, meet up with some folks, bring your own tree, roll up, and have a good time and talk about some things. And we thought about it, and we had a lot of conversations that were with our mutual friend that was not with our mutual friend, and we started to build our own friendship in and of that. And we, where a lot of times people will say, let me just start a podcast, let me just go ahead and get a mic in front of my face or what have you. We felt like there was something that we could add in terms of our opinion. There was something that we could add in terms of our thought process and particularly what I enjoy about the podcast, and I think helps bring a different dynamic to it, is that we are two people who do not agree on everything all the time. We have different values. We have different beliefs in things. A lot of things we don't agree on. We eventually work through them and figure out what the common ground is. And I think that's part of what we want our podcast to be. Through the Intellectual Stoner Hour, the ish that we talk about, We want to bring up conversations that maybe we're not comfortable about. We want to bring up topics that maybe are taboo. And we want to talk about why they're taboo. And we want to talk about why people are uncomfortable talking about them, because more likely than not, Mike will be uncomfortable talking about something, or I will be uncomfortable talking about something. And digging in deep to those thoughts and why we feel uncomfortable about them is part of what being an intellectual stoner is about. It's about being open and understanding yourself, your own thought process, and how your contributions and your actions and your reactions affect yourself and the people around you, and therefore your community. So I think that we are just kind of an introspection and reflection of our listeners and the people who choose to listen to us. And I hope that we continue to do that. Mike, do you have any other thoughts you want to add?
No, yeah, I think just like, I think my kind of explain is like, smoking weed kind of brought us together in our friendship through our mutual friend. And so like Mike said, we both come from like such different backgrounds and ideologies and like ideas that like we kept having these conversations, and I kept telling him like, these are the kind of conversations people should be having, right? Like you asked me about like, or asked us about like Asian hate in the Bay Area. Like if more neighbors would talk to each other and share information, there would be less crime. If more people, like, it's like a neighborhood watch, like the power, like the reason human beings first started living together in the first place, right, was because there's power in numbers.
Communication.
Right? And like, for guys like us, like sometimes I feel like I'm a political eunuch because I want my gay neighbors to be able to get married. I want them to be able to own guns. I want them to be able to smoke weed. You know what I mean? Pretty much I'm a guy that's like, you do you and I do me. And as long as you're not, infringing upon me and I'm not infringing upon you, we should be able to get along. I think that's kind of what our podcast is about. Like two guys who like are into completely different things and how those two worlds overlap, through smoking weed, something that was considered to be extremely taboo, not just, 20, 30 years ago.
And I think that's something too that's important about our podcast too, is that, we call ourselves the Intellectual Stoner Hour, and it's almost kind of oxymoronic that we say stoner because oftentimes this is a pretty interesting exception that I've smoked the amount that I have, because usually he'll smoke right before the podcast. He's actually exemplified that during this one. And I'll smoke before the podcast. And then during the actual content, we won't smoke.
Don't smoke very much.
And it's not something that we necessarily try to promote. Like, it's not what we're about. We don't define ourselves as stoners in per se, even though we know that's what we do. And kind of using that term in our name allows us to reform how people view it, because how often do you think of intellectual stoner in the same type of sentence, right?
To break the stereotype, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And even the stereotype of like an intellectual, right? Like neither one of us are very intellectual.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's my favorite word.
So,
you know what I mean?
So who's the intellectual and who's the stoner in the Intellectual Stoner Hour?
That's the best part. We're both a little bit of both.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what
it's not an odd couple situation.
You guys should have said Mike is.
Nice. I like this guy.
Terrible.
I like this guy.
Terrible. Damn.
He set that one up. He set that one up. We didn't take that one. Yeah.
Giving you guys gold and. Geez.
Oh man,
we're like the G League.
It was like when Derek Carr hits a receiver right in the hands and he drops it. You know what I mean?
We're like the Warriors right now, bro.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
Shout out Juan Toscano Anderson, East Oakland. Used to shoot. Juan Toscano Anderson used to shoot hoops in my daddy's church parking lot when he was a little kid. I know him and his family, and he used to practice his jump shot in the parking lot of my daddy's church. Now he plays for the motherfucking Warriors. I saw him play. I went down to Cancun when he was down there and saw him play. That motherfucker's a bad boy.
There you go. Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys what would be a good reason to tune in, but you kind of explained that at the same time as what you explained what the show was. So,
yeah, I mean, if you enjoy just like nice conversation, we're pretty, we're pretty goofy most of the time. Like we try to bring a lightheartedness to a lot of it. If you like two guys who genuinely argue about stuff, we don't have to make shit up. We argue.
No.
We really actually do argue about shit. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, if you enjoy that kind of, we talk about everything, like anything, sports. I mean, you talk about Dragon Ball Z. I've been following Dragon Ball Z since before it was dubbed into English. I love that shit. One of my good friends lived in Japan. So yeah, like, dude, we have one of our first podcasts was a whole thing of me talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And like how I got into that. We have one about the UFC. We have one about me killing a pig. We have one about Mike getting into a motorcycle accident. So yeah.
we got another one about me going through my childhood and depression. So
Oh, yeah.
if that's something that you deal with, please.
Yeah.
We call it Childish. That's the name of the episode.
We have one about Mike losing a friend. Mike, one of Mike's good friends passed
Sorry,
away.
hold on.
last year.
Before we go into that, I feel terrible.
No, go ahead.
No, it's
No,
all
you're
good.
good. You're good, dude.
He's like, I'm zooming in on his pop fingers. We're talking about some cell.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, look at
your
that.
friend died, huh? It's like, Cell 16 or Android 16.
I was gonna say I got the Tsunami Tom on there. You remember?
Nice.
Oh,
you remember
shit.
from the show? The
Yeah,
little
yeah.
robot. The
Yep.
little robot. So I got that one. But yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
Tom?
Yeah, and Jerry.
Oh, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry, I love it. Nice.
Anyways, like I said, I don't want to be like, yeah, dude, like something
no.
terribly tragic happened.
No,
Hey,
it's all good.
check out this toy.
I didn't really set you up for success with that transition.
No, it's fine, but
But no, we talk about a lot of shit. We've like over the last year we haven't recorded as much, just like for the pandemic. Mike's had a lot of shit going on. I had a lot of shit going on in my life, changes and whatnot, and just trying to get shit organized in our lives. You know, like, it's something we do. Like it's not our day job. It's just something we do for fun. But like that we're making more serious because more people like it, more people have been following.
yeah.
And
I
Mike,
appreciate all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
hopefully-
Yeah, we do appreciate them.
Hopefully, some of my fans can go over to help you guys out if they like.
Yeah, both ways, man.
I had a blast
Yeah,
on
exactly.
here. I feel
Yeah.
maybe this is probably like how your guys' episodes normally go, anyways, or
Yeah,
at least
pretty
a
close.
glimpse- at least
Yeah.
a glimpse
We've got-
into it.
Yeah, we used
Appreciate it. Thank
we used
you.
to have guests. We haven't had a couple. We had a guest on last time, a gentleman who grows mushrooms
Huh?
or sells spores for mushrooms.
Interesting. I would if
Allegedly.
if you
Allegedly.
guys could get me into contact with that. Yeah, I gotta have you guys on here again, man. There's a lot of stuff.
Wonderfully.
Like I didn't. I feel like we could have got into, but
Yeah, for sure.
vice versa too. If you guys ever need a guest,
Yeah,
know?
Please.
definitely.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. This
From-
has been an awesome conversation, even
from
including the Raider stuff. that I
5
had
to
no
20 minutes to the whole show. I don't care. Whatever you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Usually, like we've had a few people, like a lot of Mike's, because Mike has some friends who are in the acting world, modeling.
Me too. No, just
Two
kidding.
James. Yeah, right. So yeah, we've had them on. We're supposed to
idea.
have.
all kinds of group people.
We're supposed to have one like a UFC, like or a MMA fighter, a friend of mine.
Nice.
So we have like people who like
I'm
usually
trying to
we like
have-
to keep it me and Mike.
I'm trying to have an MMA guest on here, a jiu-jitsu guest. Just like every
Mhm.
aspect of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
it's-
know. I'll share a couple info for some guys. Maybe you could. They're
Oh, yeah.
they're actually amateurs, but one guy just fought on an event that they posted on Twitter.
Yeah,
Guy
nice.
named Joe Cropshot. He's a friend of a friend.
Was he the guy that lost his finger in that?
No, that was. Did you see that?
No.
Dude, this guy got his finger broken off, like completely off, dude.
Yeah,
I saw it happen to a guy when I was playing baseball as a kid one time.
like that.
Yeah. No, yes,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yes.
Oh shit.
No, yeah, we got a lot of good MMA gyms close by, like CSA Academy right here in Dublin. I met Cody Garbrandt there. Like,
Oh,
there's a lot of people that train there that fight in the UFC. A lot of girls, a lot of good-looking girls train there.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we talk about a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, a lot of shit. Whatever's going on. We talk about China.
Yeah.
He likes to talk about China
I'm very
a lot.
passionate about China. I feel like they're like the new. I feel like they're the new Germany.
Bro, yeah.
Wow.
Not afraid to say
That
it.
is a statement.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Hear more on the ish.
if it's true,
No, I'm just kidding.
if it's true that they're over there sterilizing Uyghurs and forcing them into slave labor, that's the same thing Nazis were doing,
What's
dude.
a Uyghur?
It's a Muslim subsect in
Oh,
China.
okay. Yeah, that's
You
messed
can go
up.
to SaveTheUyghurs.com and you can learn more about their situation and help provide like some kind of
support
it's
and
very,
shit.
It's very tough.
China's trying to take over the world. China's on.
What's-
I'm go ahead.
What's crazy about that whole China thing being the next superpower or like
Mm-hmm.
like comparable to Germany? Like when you think about Germany being a superpower, what do you think of? World War II?
Yeah,
Right.
military.
Yeah, so
They did it twice.
Yeah.
They were Prussian as well.
Yeah, and so when you think about that during that time, World War II, Germany was on top, and China was not even close to being a military
Yeah.
might. They were terrible. They got their ass kicked. All the atrocities that happened between them and Japan during that whole time, And
Yeah.
then
I remember as a kid when I was like in the third grade. I think I was third grade when Clinton opened up like that they were gonna start like dealing with China, like doing trade and whatnot. And they've only gotten more powerful. They steal a lot of our
intellectual
technology,
properties too.
intellectual property. I mean, I'm sure they could say terrible things about us. America's not perfect. We do terrible things.
Yeah.
We talked about how that George Bush stole kidnapped the Haitian president one time and forced him to
damn.
resign.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? Like,
I didn't know that.
Huh?
Talk about how a policeman murdered a citizen.
Oh yeah. A policeman murdered a citizen in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
There's terrible shit.
That was
But China.
that was on your last
Go ahead.
episode, right? About the Haitian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. I was
Yeah.
just lying, but I can't lie.
No, I've been following the George Floyd trial or the Derek Chaffin trial, whatever you want to say.
I haven't seen the new footage, but I saw a little clip of him in the store, I guess, being all jittery.
Yeah, I mean,
But
dude.
yeah, I know, but that's no excuse. Like, I like how they're like some people are trying to use that. Like, look, he's high on drugs. Like,
Even if he was, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no
was just
justification.
telling
No
someone,
justification.
Yeah.
keeping your knee in the back of someone's neck is akin to like a UFC fighter holding a guy,
rear
him
naked
going
choke.
him going unconscious, and then he was like, "I was holding him for another 5 minutes."
Yeah.
Like,
Or-
what were you like? Why? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, why? The why is just the thing of like, why would you do that?
So when you watch a fight, you know those fights, like that Jose Aldo one and Jan, was it?
Mhm.
You remember that one?
Yeah,
Where Aldo was just getting beat for like
they're letting him get pummeled. Yeah,
for 2 rounds straight at the end. Like they
Yeah.
could have ended it any time. But a lot of times you'll see like people that watch MMA, they're like, stop the fight. Like you
Yeah.
know, like it's like this guy's done. Like he's wobbling, he's not defending
Yeah.
himself. Stop the
It's a
fight.
hard-
The same
think
thing
it's
with
hard-
this. Like stop
Yeah.
stop the
yeah.
car.
Get off him. Yeah, get
Yeah.
off him.
I think it says a lot when the fans can blatantly say, stop the fight, but they choose to continue the fight.
Yeah, the thing about like with a judge, the hard thing is like the fighter would say though, no, let me go.
Yeah.
Give me every chance because I think I'll get up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But sometimes you see when a guy starts like when Tony Ferguson fought Gaethje and Gaethje started hitting him and he started like turning away from the hit, like he didn't want to get
Yeah.
hit no more. Like then, his will is broken. You
Or
know,
like Jose
Tony
Aldo.
Fer-
Jose Aldo's
Yeah.
just getting pummeled for
Yeah, he
like,
just gave up. Yeah.
And like obviously like they're like, oh, he was defending himself. It's like, bro, he's getting his face smashed in. Of course he's gonna turn to get away from it. Like
And you know what the ref would say? Well, then tap out to strikes.
yeah.
You can tap out anytime you want.
Oh, but if
but-
you tap out to strike,
Yeah,
then
but
you're
a
a
fighter's
bitch. Yeah.
but a fighter says, but why though? But why do we consider him a bitch if he
No,
taps out the
exactly.
strikes?
I don't
Yeah,
think
you
so
know what I
either,
mean?
but I'm just saying that's the perception
Yeah.
is if he taps out, he's a bitch.
when's the last time you had your head against the ground and had a fist pushed against
Just
it?
pummeling you.
Oh, dude, my
No one-
girlfriend last night, she's just
Oh, but you
Against
asked
the
for
headboard.
it. Don't
Against the
lie.
headboard. He's like, oh, baby.
no,
I love when you twerk on my face. No, but yeah, the
you
thing
guys
about,
don't like that? No,
Oh,
it's
dude.
just-
Oh, big fan.
You don't
I'm a
want
big
to,
fan.
dude. You don't want to go down this road with me.
Please steer us next.
Next, all right. Yeah.
But the crazy part about that too, like, I don't like people calling out fighters either because you know what, dude? Then step in there yourself.
Yeah.
Anybody could be. You can be a fighter. You can go down to your local gym and get in the ring. That's why I agree with what someone was saying about like, and you couldn't actually do it, but make reporters have to have a couple fights.
Oh,
Because
you're
dude,
talking about Dana White?
I mean, anybody. Dana White used to box though. Dana
Yeah.
White was a boxing promoter. You know what I mean? Like some of the guys who cover that sport never been in a fight in their life. Hey, bro, I did Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu and box since I was a kid. Go in there and take a Muay Thai class and let someone kick you in the fucking shin. It
Yeah,
doesn't feel good.
Exactly. Bro, it's funny when you see like the fans get hit by a professional fighter. Like
You'll die.
Yeah.
yeah,
die.
no, there's instances where
Collapse
they do it like
instantly.
like they're like, oh, give me a quick leg kick, and like,
Yeah.
dude, you can tell the fighter is only giving like 50% of like
Mhm.
of how much dude, it drops them. Or John Jones, he chokes out people, like he chokes
Dude.
out fans.
I used to go to a Muay Thai gym, dojo, whatever you want to call it, where Miriam Nakamoto was a coach. She fought like professionally. She was a world Muay Thai champion. She kicked me one time, not even like hard. Her shin was like it was made out of fucking concrete, dude. She kicked me in my thigh. I wanted to cry, dude. And this woman's
Yeah.
smaller than me, like, you know what I mean? I can't comprehend Francis Ngannou kicking me in the fucking leg.
Bro, punching
leg
me.
would just rip off.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh, they what did they say? His punches are as strong as sledgehammers. Like
Something like that.
What?
Yeah, like
It was something like his punch is the same as like a Fiat hitting you at like 20 miles an hour or something like that. I should you not.
That much force?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
the
want
one
to
I
know the scientific calculations of this. There's got to be a YouTube video or
It's
something.
like murmur.
they tested they tested like
Perfect.
the force of a sledgehammer, and then they tested like the
Yeah.
force of his punch, and it was like equal. So
Yeah, I need to see the numbers. I want to know how many, like,
How many
pounds per
Fiats?
square inch.
yeah,
How many Fiats can he destroy
You know
with
what's-
one punch?
What's always crazy to me about that is you look at a guy like Francis Ngannou, and then you take a bear, half his size,
Just a bear.
half his size,
and the barrel fuck him
In-
up.
infinitely stronger, bro. Like just
Yeah.
infinitely, like just like that's why that video
Unless
of
you're
Khabib as a
Khabib,
kid,
yeah. Unless you're Khabib.
yeah, is so wild to me.
Yeah,
They say his dad. He told his dad when he was a little kid, like the bear's biting me. His dad said, "Bite him back."
yeah, like,
Like, dude, like you think this dude's afraid of Conor McGregor? No,
Yeah.
he's been fighting, he's been wrestling Kodiak grizzlies in the mountains of Russia.
For real.
in a war-torn region. Like, no, dude, this guy don't go
The
fuck.
frosted cold.
Yeah,
Bro,
he'll go fuck up off some dolly.
Normally, like, if you go hunting and if you see a bear, are you gonna tell your friends like, hey, like, get out of the area? You know, there's bears here.
I feel like this is leading to you just got to run faster than your slowest friend joke.
No, I was gonna say the bears probably like, oh shit, here comes Khabib, dip.
Yeah, dude, I get the fuck out of here. Like, well, so like in California, like black bears, I don't fear black bears. I mean, you got to respect them. They're an animal. They're a wild animal. But like, yeah. But I've never hunted in areas where there's grizzly bears. But when I hear from guys who do that, like, yeah, there's a respect factor.
So if there's a black bear, you're not gonna like try to get out of there. You're just gonna go on your way.
He'll run away. A black bear run away from you before you run away from it.
Yeah, I've heard they're
Most
the
times,
nicest,
most
but
times.
still, I'm not that experienced where I'm gonna be like, I know what
How
I'm
nice
doing.
can a bear be?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: like any bear you see, you shouldn't run the other direction because that triggers a prey drive.
Yeah,
and then
that
they're
means
like,
it's gonna
oh.
get you. Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
it.
But usually, like a black bear, you're like, get out of here.
You
That
get bigger
depends.
with the brown bears?
Brown bears get bigger, yeah.
No, you're supposed
No,
to get
if
bigger.
it's brown, you get down, right?
brown, you get down. Yeah. If it's white, say goodnight.
But no, so like it depends on the situation. If it's a female with cubs, you want to be like, oh, whoa, bear, hey. Well, usually they say if you're in grizzly bear country, like you want to be loud so the bear knows you're coming, they can get out of the way. But unless that motherfucker wants to eat you, in which case, fight
You're
for your
done.
life. Yeah, fight for your life.
What else
Yeah.
are you gonna fucking do?
My friend, they would put bear bells on their dogs,
Yeah, bear bells. Yeah, that's smart.
and I know
keeps
it sounds
bears away.
weird, little bells like scaring a bear away, but that's like a foreign sound to them. So they're like, "What the fuck?" That'd be like if you see an alien, like you'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
know,
You start hearing like laser beams and shit. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on?
you're not
Well,
gonna
one
be
thing-
like, "I'm gonna go check it out." Well, maybe, but
Yeah, maybe you would. Yeah,
depends how high. It depends how high we are in the situation.
Yeah,
And like one thing that like that they've realized is that animals in areas that are like black bears, you can hunt black bears in California, so they associate people with danger. Like,
Yeah.
okay, a person means nothing good for me. So if I hear this sound is foreign, this is a person sound.
I'd rather
just get the fuck up out of here
Yeah.
and let the person go by. It's like
I
that.
don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with. Animals are calculating shit in their head of like, what is this risk reward for me? That's like when a bear looks at you and they're standing there looking at you. He's really weighing in his mind. Can I kill you and can I kill and eat this? Can this kill and eat me?
Yeah.
And usually they see a human being and they think, I don't want to fuck with a human. I know this means bad things.
Yeah, they took
It's
over the
usually-
world.
Right, yeah, right, yeah. There's
It's one of these motherfuckers. I can't go anywhere without one of these sipping in.
there's a theory that like humans, like early humans that came across the Bering Land Bridge into the Americas, that they were kept at bay, that they could not start populating this landmass until the short-faced bear went extinct, because it was such a formidable opponent for humans, early humans.
Short-faced bear.
Yeah, they're like a 12-foot bear that like roamed the American.
That
Did they
just-
have like a flat nose?
I guess that's
Yeah, I
sometimes.
would assume so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they were playing Border Patrol. Fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right.
Fuck that.
They're like, we don't need no fucking wall. We'll just eat you.
Yeah. It's
I
like
saw
Substance.
Biden's putting up some of the wall that Trump was talking
saw
about.
that
Like
too.
this
I saw that
fucking
too.
guy, dude. The
Dude,
balls on
I
this
said
guy.
the same thing in my head. I'm like, this is a fucking
No.
joke.
Hey,
balls on this
what do you
guy.
do though?
Balls.
What do you do? You have
What
a half.
do you mean?
You have a half
You
constructed
take down
wall.
the wall and you repurpose the metal.
But
I mean-
how much money has been put into it? You know.
I don't know.
Look, dude.
I don't know.
Hey,
but I was just like,
I don't
Think
want a
about
wall.
this. How much money did you stimulate the economy with by paying people to build it?
and if he's so worried about that, why did he tell people to come to the border?
Yeah,
Why are
no,
you putting up a
no,
wall, Joe?
I get that too, but
That's so what the
just
hell?
figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
guess
figure it out.
Figure it out.
What are you
No,
doing? Come
That's
on,
I can,
jackass.
yeah.
No, but I'm
yeah,
just saying
go
it's
ahead,
kind
go
of it's a little difficult too, because at the same time we already invested so much money in that shit. It's like okay,
Yeah.
and then we're just gonna tear it down too. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
It's a difficult,
I mean,
decision both ways.
I really don't care
You just
either
have
way
part of a fence?
about the wall, but honestly, like just like the way he acted, like in that particular side, I don't have a side.
The
but how that
hypocrisy.
side, yeah, that acted about like, oh, he's like Hitler building the wall. Oh, you can't build a fucking wall. And then it's like, oh, well, we already put the money into it,
Yeah.
And like he like all the mines that Trump opened back up that were like all these terrible like
coal
echo
mines?
like
Yeah.
and like Joe Biden let them open. He's like, oh yeah, well fuck it, yeah, maybe we will just
Well,
oops.
they're already open. He's like,
That's what I'm saying. He's like, yeah, well, it's like that. Yeah, dude, it's just
That's a shit.
Yeah, I hate
Politics is a joke. It's
Yeah,
a joke.
like,
It's all fucking-
the one thing I didn't like about the whole kids being in cages, other than obviously kids being in cages.
I mean, some kids deserve to be in cages.
Yeah, no, oh shit, you should see some of the ones in my apartments.
I told a girl she was telling a friend of my girlfriend, she was talking about how she couldn't find babysitting for her kids. I told her, I was like, they got a free daycare down on the border.
But yeah, how did that go?
She laughed.
Yeah,
She laughed.
but
That's
the whole
Never
thing,
spoke of it again.
the whole
Joke
thing,
land.
she never brought her kids around you again. But the whole thing was like people were complaining like, oh, those cages have been there since Obama. You know, it's Obama's fault. Like, don't blame Trump. It's all Obama's fault. It's him. This
What's
and
going
that.
on? Yeah.
It's like, who cares whose fault it is? Fix it.
Exactly.
You know,
It was-
like, yeah.
My guy.
It was going on before Obama
Literally
too.
what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Fuck, and if
Yeah,
it's still
yeah.
going on now with Biden, and they're trying to say, well, it's Trump's fault. He never did anything. Well, then fucking Biden fix it. Like,
That's
that,
the
it
game
doesn't
they
matter.
play.
Passing the buck.
That's the game they play.
The blame
It was
game.
the last guy's fault. That's why you got to reelect me again.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I can fix it
Then you give
and
them a
blame
second
him the
term.
whole
They do
time.
the same shit. The next
I didn't
guy's
have
like,
enough
oh no,
time. I didn't have enough time.
yeah, oh no, fuck yeah, yeah. That's
My
like when
My first
Bi-
4 years, I was fixing things. The next 4
Yeah.
years, I gotta put it into effect now.
and like that's and like no, I'm no Trump supporter, but that was a great point that I felt that he made towards Joe Biden. Joe, you've been in politics for 45 years, my man. You haven't fixed any of this shit.
Yeah, he's
As a
like,
matter of
"What's
fact,
changed?"
some of this shit you did. Like, oh, now I'm president. Yeah, and now we see what the fuck he's a fucking shill. He's a shill. They're all
Exactly.
shills. Think for
Exactly.
yourselves, people.
Exactly. Not like us on this podcast. We're
Yeah,
we got the best opinions.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
if Coca-Cola wants to sponsor the podcast, you
How
know,
many times are you gonna say that? They're never gonna reach out to us.
go corporate, you know.
Stop being white.
Yeah. Coke makes you taller, kids. Coca-Cola makes you taller, kids.
Yeah. Well, dude, Coca-Cola's terrible, but I love it.
Oh yeah, love how
So,
bad.
yeah, it's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. I don't have kids, but I'm gonna try not to give them soda, but we'll see how that goes.
Dude, you know what I said? Yeah. You say shit like that. I had stepkids.
Bro, I
You
give
try
my
to say
niece,
shit like
I
that?
give my nieces and my hopefully they don't watch it. My goddaughter, I'll sneak her some soda sometimes, you know, just cause like fuck it.
Like, you know, kids at some point, you gotta, you know, we all had soda.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't make it every fucking meal, every fucking thing, you know.
Hey,
chicken
you're,
nuggets and
you're probably gonna
soda,
do
you know.
drugs when you're older, so like let me just
There you go.
let
What's
me
a
give you
Coke
something
gonna
not
do?
as bad. Yeah.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
Damn.
was talking about.
I always think of like the psychological impact because like I go through therapy and shit like that. So I'm like, man, if I had a kid and I said, no, you can't have this Coke, is it going to be like 30 years from now? He's going to be bursting into my door with a shotgun and be like, Dad, you fucking didn't give me the Coca-Cola.
Hey, you know, do you guys watch Jackass when Bam would beat up his dad?
Yeah, his stepdad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Bill,
kid's just
you're a
gonna,
fucking
yeah,
Bill.
your kid's just gonna go in and throwing Coke cans at you.
Yeah, bro, I'm like, the fuck is going on?
His ass. Hell no. Hell no. I came from a very strict.
I gave you a Pepsi one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, one time.
But like I found I posted this quote a while back. It's a quote from that book, The Walking Drum. Like, and the gist of it is like, there's a time in every man's life where you can no longer blame the circumstances of your life. Like, either you're a winner or you're gonna be a winner or you're gonna be a loser. And it's up to you to pick. You know what I mean? Like, hey, everyone gets dealt different hands. That's always like when they try to pit men versus women. It's like, hey, being a woman's hard, being a man's hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
different kind of hard. Different kind of hard.
You know what you could just say? Being human's hard.
Exactly. No, you can't.
Life is tough.
No, you can't say that.
Statistics.
My life's,
How dare you?
when you start to realize in your
Statistics,
life that
everyone
like,
is a number.
like this, like you really don't have control. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's really what everyone has to come to like realize. Like, you really don't have control of your life. Of like, you know what I mean? You have control of your life, but like tomorrow,
How much autonomy?
like
do
the
you
universe
have?
is going on with or without you. You know what I'm saying? That's one
Yeah.
thing I like about hunting too. When I go back into like the backcountry and shit, you're back in the wilderness. The wilderness and the universe and nature does not give a fuck that you are a human with a nice family, and you know what I mean. You're
That's
just
a really interesting thing to think about.
you're just
Country
another
Mike.
part of nature. You know
Country
what I
Mike
mean?
over
You just
here.
are.
Going home.
Hey, I think more people took that approach.
No,
more people took that. You know what I mean? Like that we'd be better off.
I agree.
Like-
and so like you know how you say it. Sorry, man, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
You know, you say you go into the woods and you're pretty much by yourself, just stranded out there. Sounds super sexy, but so you're out there stranded in the woods. If you think about it, we're here in space, stranded in this space in this universe, just all by ourselves, man. And like,
Hairless monkeys on a
He's
rock.
getting big.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Because you guys are talking about humans, so
Yeah.
that makes me think we're out here technically all by ourselves. So, I mean,
I like how you said technically. That opens up a whole realm of conversation.
yes, sir. Because
And like I haven't even closed off the whole idea in my life of like I don't want to go too deep into like God or a higher power.
yeah,
Like
No.
you know what I mean?
I'm
Like, I haven't
I'm like
closed off
that
that
too, bro.
idea.
I'm like 50-50.
Yeah. I'm
It's
probably
so hard not to be. At least for like I'm speaking for.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up too, because like I feel like you learn in I don't know what religion you guys are, but I grew up Christian.
yeah,
They
me too.
baptized me, right?
Mhm.
And I say they because I don't know if I said yes or
Those
no.
goddamn
Yeah.
Christians
I don't-
baptized me
yeah,
against my will.
They fucking doomed me for eternal hell, is what I'm trying to say. Because
Right? What if voodoo's the right way? It's like, oh, baptized Christian. Oh,
no, it's because once you get baptized, you're accepting Jesus into your life, and once you accept Jesus into your life, if you turn around from religion, then you're denouncing your faith, which is sacrilegious, which means you're going to hell. So right now, I'm going to hell.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah. So
depends.
yeah, I know it depends. Obviously,
Depends who you talk to.
Yeah.
I went to Bible. I played sports for a Bible college. Depends who you talk to. Some say once saved, always saved.
yeah.
Some I go into all kind of Calvinistic 5-point Calvinist.
Look, I think about this actually more often than I would prefer. And I just try to justify it by I am being the best person that I can to as many people as I can. If I go to a bad place for that, so be it.
Yeah, that's what I say too, bro. It's like I'm just gonna
Yeah.
live my life and try to be the best positive influence I can, not only in my life but in my community and the world.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but
And,
hey,
and if I go to hell, how fucked up is that? I'll be like, what the fuck?
Hey.
I'm like, this guy's in
St.
heaven.
Peter's going to be at the gate and be like, you just didn't do enough.
here's the crazy thing, dude. Christians say that's not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
You know what I mean? They would say, hey, for everyone does nice shit. Everyone believes there's a God. You have to accept Jesus into your heart as your savior, and you have to believe. You know, there's
Yeah.
a whole because otherwise everyone
There's
would
a
just
whole
cover.
book.
Everyone would just cover their bets, right? Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
like hey, I got baptized. Ha ha.
Yeah.
You know, where the white women at?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but like, yeah. So you know,
Can
I tussle with that a lot. I grew up my parents were very religious, so I tussle with that a lot about the idea of God and you know what that means about how you live your life, right? Like if you come from a certain religious background, you live your life through a certain moral code, and that can make you make certain decisions in your life. Make you, like for me, it made me stay in a marriage that I shouldn't have because
That
I
you weren't
thought,
happy
oh well,
in?
yeah, because I not even beyond that was an abusive.
Yeah. Oh damn. You were.
You know what I
getting
mean?
it, Yeah.
I mean, like in different ways.
No.
but,
I know. But
Yes, but you know what I mean. Like
it just
people-
sounds sexier when you say get.
Yeah,
hit.
right. You know, when everyone hears abusive, they want to say, "Oh, you were getting your ass beat by a girl." Close though, but no. So like, but I stayed in that marriage because of like the religious implications that I had on my own life. Once I got free of that, I looked around like, this isn't what I want for my life.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
who am I trying to make happy? Who am I trying to please here?
Bro, if you can't, if home is a place you can't be happy at, that's a pretty bad sign right there, man.
Exactly.
Because that's your one escape from the harsh reality of
Yeah.
the world, man.
And like, not even even different examples. People do crazy things. People kill people over religion
Yeah, exactly.
because they say no, that's not good enough.
And we're not just talking about like just like Muslims or anything like that. Like it's every
Any-
religion. It's
Christians!
Yeah, exactly. bro.
They started wars. Christians
started
marched
it.
into the marched into. Well, like
Yeah, I
who
know.
started it is like who started is like a thing of Muslims were coming into Europe, Christians were, but like holy war, right? The Crusades.
The
That was
Crusades,
all
yeah.
supposed to be about God and getting back the holy relics and all this bullshit over religion. Thousands, maybe millions of people died over that bullshit. Who knows who's right? We didn't even get an answer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll never know. We'll
And
be
it-
fighting over that shit for forever.
And the people in power was like the Vatican and shit. Like how you know?
How
how
looking at
many-
what they're into.
Yeah. So where's like the non-bias in that? But
Exactly.
but yeah.
Exactly.
I guess we could talk more about this in another episode.
I've
Yeah.
always been an advocate for the separation of church and state. I think it's written inside of our laws for a reason.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, and it's what people always say that, and they think it's to protect the state from church, but it's actually the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but I'll tell you what though, I'm a hypocrite. I bet you the day I go to die, I'm gonna be crying for Jesus, telling
Yeah.
him to save me. So
There's no atheists on planes that are crashing.
Especially
Yeah,
depending
exactly.
on what's.
Everyone says, "Oh my God."
That's what I was going to
And
say.
it-
I'm like, depends on your situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone says, "Oh my God."
so
Yeah. Yeah.
you can take me on that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
There
Life
has,
is crazy.
there has to be a reason that every single human being cultural group that ever touched down on this planet has believed in a higher power.
Yeah.
Every single one. There's
Praise
not
the
one.
sun.
Yeah, there's not one that was an atheist that thought that there was. All of them thought there was a higher power. There has to be some reason for that.
Yes, sir.
People want to say there's aliens. You want to say it's God. You want to say it's Buddha. Whoever. I don't know, but there is something to that shit. I don't see squirrels doing that shit.
Yeah.
Well,
They're in the background
Hey,
a lot. You never know.
I could be inside the trees making an entire seance.
I guarantee you, out of the three of us, I've spent the most time staring at squirrels. I have seen
That's true.
no evidence of religion.
Damn, Country Mike's going hard right now.
I have seen a squirrel threesome though.
You seen a what? The squirrel threesome?
threesome. 3 squirrels having sex at the same time, all with each other.
And what was your thought while that was happening?
Yeah.
I was pissed because the one male squirrel,
'Cause-
he would always come down to my patio and eat shit on my patio because the lady next door would feed him. And so I wanted to kill him with a BB gun without pissing off my homeowners association, but he lived. So he was fucking on my patio because I was just the place he hung out.
And where is that thing now?
Where's what?
That fucking squirrel.
He's probably dead now. I mean, I don't know what their length of age is.
Either way, he's not your problem.
Not my problem anymore.
She
though,
lived
yeah.
a good life.
Apparently.
Yeah, he ran shit. He would run the other squirrels out of my patio and shit. He ran shit on my patio.
There's
He
my
was fucking-
house. So there's
Yeah, he was-
multiple houses around you.
Yeah, he was the Debo of my fucking condo area
Damn, that's crazy, man.
of the swim pool lot C.
So, damn, this keeps going off the rails. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's about how we usually.
I like
go.
how we went from talking about God to the squirrel threesomes.
Yeah, that's how it goes, you know?
Yeah, that's why I love this. But
Good shit.
before I start letting you guys go, what's your favorite weed song? Because I want to talk about some stoner stuff. Because I never got to talk about stoner stuff.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah. Favorite weed song?
Or what's your favorite song to get high to? No, what's your favorite weed song? And then what's your favorite song to get high to? Because those are two different
Those are
things.
very,
Yeah.
I know my favorite weed song is just because I got high.
Because I got
Yeah.
the classic.
Afro Man.
Yeah, it's a classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my favorite weed song of all time, dude. Anything off of that Dre, that Chronic 2000 would be like if I had to go. There's a Bone Thug song, fucking
Weed
the
song?
weed song.
Yeah.
Weed
yeah.
song. That's one.
Higher,
Yeah.
higher, baby.
Yeah, baby. I get high.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, so that'd be probably the one song if I had to pick. But I'll smoke to anything by Currency or Larry June. Offset Jim, I got shout out my cousin Offset Jim. Anything by those three dudes, I'll smoke to.
You know,
Yo.
I had a.
You remember that song, Do You Wanna Get High?
Experience. Oh, which song?
Do you want to get
By
high?
who?
It's like an underground. What is his name? Well, they say it's X-rated, but it's not X-rated. It's his cousin. You never heard that song?
No,
I don't think so. Maybe if I heard it.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
it's
that
more of
song,
a-
if you heard it.
yeah.
So maybe if I heard it.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you heard it, you heard it. But
If I heard it, I would have heard it. Like,
Nah.
John Madden, if you get the ball in the end zone, it's a touchdown.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying though.
See the
But
circle here.
yeah, damn. I'll send
If
you.
I was gonna real quick, I got an important answer to this question because it was like an experience. So when I first was getting high in high school, not in high school, it was like after.
What
high
a
school.
crazy
First time I got
coincidence,
high was at 19. Yeah, right. I like one of my homies went to Vegas and he saw the Beatles Love Show and he brought back the album and he was like, dude, I was smoking and I listened to this and it changed my life. And so we sat in my 83 Celica and we went to.
Oh, nice, dude. High five
yeah.
for the Celica.
Hey, and we went to this cool spot and he played the album from beginning to end and we were just baked as shit. And it was like the understanding and like, I understood how the Beatles invented all of the music that we hear today, basically.
You understood?
It was crazy. Yeah.
I
'Cause,
think their drugs were a little stronger too, so maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
you were
yeah.
introduced to how they.
They had that
it's
CIA
level
acid,
one. I
baby.
was level 1, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was crazy, and it was such a good experience. So if anybody is like curious to like listen to a really good album that'll make you
Is that the
feel
one
what
with
you want to feel when you're high.
Is that the song with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds?
Oh, it's got all of those songs on it. It's got the Strawberry Fields Forever.
It's all the number
Yeah.
one hits, right?
It's got.
Oh, is
Octopus
it all their
Garden.
number one hits? I wasn't
Basically, yeah. It's like Cirque du Soleil basically took all of the Beatles' most influential songs and put them on one album.
yeah, I
It's
watched-
called the Love
sure.
Album.
I watched that show in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
Nice.
was pretty cool.
I bet it was sick, huh?
Yeah, it was trippy. I wasn't even too messed up when I watched it.
Yes.
And there was a part where they had the light, like you know how they have a spotlight. It was like a giant spotlight on the whole circle floor, and it was like the lights were spinning in a certain way, bro. Where like, dude, I felt like I was fucked up. It felt like it was
Oh,
zooming
shit.
in. Yeah, bro. Like I don't know how they did that, but it looked like I was zooming in. So
Man, those light effects are so trippy.
yeah, that was sick. But yeah, it was cool. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird, cool.
Nice.
I guess that's a Cirque Soleil Beatles experience.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I used to have the Beatles. It was all their number one hits on a CD.
Mhm.
That was one of the first CDs I got. My parents, when I first got like my own like CD player, they let me get, I could buy Will Smith and the Beatles. Nothing more hardcore
Nah,
than
nah,
that.
nah, 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 nah.
Oh, dude, it was Millennium, baby. Millennium, baby.
Hey,
Come to butter, baby. I
a
bring
guilty
smooth
pleasure
and
of
hot.
mine is Welcome to Miami from Will Smith.
Welcome to Miami.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's
That
a
was-
good one,
that
baby.
was just fire,
Going on
bro.
part of
Yeah.
the break it down.
love the fuck out
Yeah,
of that.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a guilty pleasure, bro.
Will Smith's a triple threat, baby.
Are you gonna hear me?
Jesus.
Are you gonna hear me bumping that in the streets? Nah.
Hell yeah. Oh, bro, I bump that shit. Hell yeah, bro.
No, no, no.
Summertime with my girl, bro. Hell
No,
yeah.
Summertime- dude, I read
Summertime.
Summertime
Well, yeah,
is
he's
probably
talking
his
about-
best song.
He's talking about just like going to the grocery store. He's like,
Yeah, you're not just gonna
Welcome
see
to
me
Miami.
like nah, 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 nah.
Get jiggy with it.
Yeah, for real.
jiggy with it, yeah.
Well, didn't they make one?
Hydraulics.
The West, that
Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild
Wild,
West,
Wild,
yeah.
Wild.
I watched that movie so many times when I was a kid.
Dude, with
And then
Cisco on the
when I got older and everybody's like, this is a dog shit movie. And I'm like, what?
I saw
grew
it in
up
the
with
theaters.
this.
Yeah, that shit was good in the theater, bro.
I-
Wow, wow.
I was like,
Wow.
Salma Hayek, though.
Oh,
I like Men in Black. That was cool.
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
yeah, man.
classic.
That's good.
Classic.
Tommy Lee Jones is a great actor.
And
One
then-
of my favorite movies of all time, No Country for Old Men.
And then the Pursuit of Happiness is a good Will Smith movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually never seen that. I heard it was good.
I did
though.
a report on the Pursuit of Happiness. It was
Yeah.
a really good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Will
sick.
Smith's a really good actor.
He's a good
I
actor.
Am Legend.
Yeah, I Am Legend is a good one too.
There's a movie
I
he
heard the
was-
book is way better, but
Really?
yeah.
No shit, huh?
I didn't even know it was based on a book.
There was
the whole reason you can go on after. The whole reason it's called
No,
I
you're
Am
good.
Legend is because at the end how he's like the last human pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So like those mutants or whatever, they're scared of him. They're like, there's this monster that's attacking us and killing us like during the day.
no shit, huh?
So like
interesting.
so he's the legend. He's the myth.
Oh.
So like that's why at the end
that's
he's like, I'm the
cool.
last one alive and I'm not gonna he's all this is my end. He's all I am legend.
It's a
And that's-
totally different kind of perspective.
Yeah, and that's how it
in the
ends
book.
is because
Dude, that's a fucking. I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Like when they. I know people get this as controversy sometimes, but when they called Chris Kyle like the demon of like whatever, like the insurgents, dude, like that. You think about you're that bad motherfucker. They're like, hey, that's the boogeyman.
yeah.
I think about that shit when I think about like dudes that have to go fight somebody else. You know what I mean? Like when dudes were fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's
Just
fucked
like-
up, dude.
He's a fucking boogeyman, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He's the god of war, dude. Like,
He's
you
the
know what I mean?
legend, yeah. He's
Yeah.
I am legend.
And eventually one guy's just not afraid. Just,
Yeah, and Mike Tyson was kind of not. Another Mike, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys, we were
Yeah.
talking about another Mike on here.
shit, hey, when I was a kid, there was no badder motherfucker than Mike Tyson. Everybody that grew up like later, they have to see him after he had been to prison and shit, and they stole his heart from him. And Robin Gibbons had fucking stuck him full of sedative. But dude, when he was coming up in the early '90s, dude, he was ripping people. Dude, you couldn't even comprehend someone beating him. It's like in Ghana,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like, how could someone even beat him? But eventually, dude, you know what? All those guys are fucking dangerous. Derek Lewis probably thinks, "Oh, whoop Francis Ngannou's ass."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I met Cody Garbrandt, dude, right before the TJ Dillashaw fight, the first one.
Cody
And you
Garbrandt
could-
probably thinks he can knock out Nagano, bro.
Bruh.
It's just that
He's-
type of mentality they have.
Yeah, he's a little bit smaller than me, dude, but you couldn't have told me before that fight. He had a look in his eye like he was he was just like ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was
that
fucking ready.
that dude, he always looks like he's always mad. Like anything will set him off,
Yeah, he was hella chill. When we met him, he was hella chill. He was like
That's
he
hilarious.
was chill, but he just had a look in his eye.
That's hilarious
he seems
because
like a
whenever
bully.
you see him like in public, like on media or whatever, it always looks like
Mm-hmm.
he's like just quick to snap. But
Yeah,
I think at the same point too, he's probably in that mind state where he's like anyone's an enemy. So
on edge. Yeah, like
Yes.
I'm ready for war.
when he's
Yeah.
in that environment, obviously he's in a different mind state. So I don't know.
That's why I'm always like when people who like are fans of a certain like sport or event or whatever,
Or Bill Russell.
right? Or Bill Russell, fuck that guy, right? No. I found out later he doesn't give autographs to anybody. He's never given autographs out. It's not his thing.
It doesn't make it better. You could have made one.
Yeah, right.
exception.
But made me feel good. It made me feel good for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that wasn't just me. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking.
Now you're
weird.
like, I was the
yeah,
closest.
weird looking kid. Get out of here.
That's fucked
But
up.
like, when people try to think about what it takes to get on like the NFL field, right? When you're like sat close to the game or like been on the sidelines for an NFL game, people talk about like the sound, the speed, or like
The adrenaline.
the UFC or like boxing. Like I saw Andre Ward fight in the second row when he fought at the Coliseum. Just the impact of the punches. A normal person, dude, you have no idea. Just no fucking idea.
Or right now, or since the whole COVID thing, we've been watching MMA with no fans. Shout out to the UFC too, bro, because they elevated the sports game during this whole.
Hell
COVID
yeah,
thing.
I'm glad they did, dude. I watched that shit. I've watched almost every card.
Yeah, hell yeah, and it's crazy because you hear the
Most of
punches.
them,
You hear the punches, bro, and
oh, dude, yeah.
it's nasty. Like it's nasty.
When you hear the guys' heads bounce off the ground after they get knocked out, that's something that people always forget about.
Like
Like the punch knocks them out, but the bah, 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 like that's what fucks you up.
the Glover Teixeira and the Anthony Smith fight. That was one of my favorite. Just because Anthony Smith's like, I think he knocked all my teeth out in like at the end of the third round. Obviously, he had all his teeth, but he got hit so hard where he couldn't even feel his mouth. He's
You know what's crazy about that is I saw Glover Teixeira fight Anthony Rumble Johnson, who I used to work out at the gym, like not that far from here. At 24 minutes right up here. He used to work out there. Remember that UFC store on the Boulevard? He used to work there.
Oh, dude. Oh, really?
Yeah, but anyway, so I saw him fight Glover Teixeira. He uppercutted Glover Teixeira's tooth out.
yeah.
That's all I do. You think about, holy fuck.
Yeah.
He hit him with the uppercut so hard his tooth came out of his face.
Mhm.
Dude, fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. People
While
over
taking
here
a
criticizing him like,
Yeah.
oh, you gotta move a little quicker. Like, fuck you, dude.
I'll still judge.
Right? Pussy, you gotta duck and get out of the way.
If that
Like,
was me.
dude, Yeah.
That's my favorite, bro. Is when they're like, "Oh, I would have just done this."
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
I would have reversed that shit. Like, dude, you even winded in the first 30 seconds but got choked unconscious.
They're like, "I would have done this." I'm sure the professional fighter did not think about that. You know?
Yeah, right? Like, oh, man, if only I would have thought to punch more. Oh, yeah.
If only I
Yeah, just
decided
hit
not
him
to
and
get
fucking
hit.
hit.
Yeah, if only I
hit him.
decided not to
Yes,
get
what?
hit. There.
why did that hit him so much? Fucking idiot.
Why did he dodge that? Like, well, fuck. I'm sure he's thinking the same thing when he wakes up.
Yeah, but baseball and football are my favorite. People try to like the quarterbacks. Like, why did he throw that? Like, oh, I'm sure he wanted to throw it right to the other team.
Yeah,
Like, you don't know. He had 5 300-pound men running at him full speed. He was like, fuck it. You know?
You have
You
to
know?
kill him at
like movement space.
Yeah. I
you
got an
have to kill him
athlete
at
over
coming
there.
at you, bro, and see what you think.
Like Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And that's why I have so much respect for the guys that played like in the 70s and the 80s, especially like when there was no rules. Like Joe Montana just getting fucking creamed after
Oh,
every
dude.
throw.
I was gonna say,
Just-
like people like to say that Joe Montana doesn't count because I don't know why they always like make bullshit ass reasons like
Yeah,
why he
people always
doesn't
find
count.
dumb
Yeah, why he
Yeah.
doesn't count. But
I'm sorry.
yeah. Like he won 5. Like what? How many Super Bowls did they win?
5.
5?
Five.
Okay, I
I think
didn't
he won. I think he won 4 of them.
He won
I don't-
4.
okay, I don't
Steve
wanna-
Young won another one.
I don't want to give him too much credit. Okay, calm down.
Oh yeah, don't give him too much, bro. Oh yeah.
No, but like I don't know, they just say a bunch of dumb shit, and then like it's like, oh well, that era was different. This era is different. Well, yeah, it was different, but like now there's 17 games. You're gonna say this quarterback is better because their stats are gonna be a lot higher.
Yeah.
You know?
Eras, dude. Like Jordan, dude, I saw Michael Jordan play. He was my favorite player growing up, right? Like everyone coming up in the 90s. People want to compare him to LeBron. Dude, fuck out of here, dude. Michael Jordan, no one got to eat when he was in the league. No one got to eat. And they'll be like, oh, his early years. No, once he became Michael Jordan, once it hit 91, that shit was over.
Yeah.
Nobody else got a chance to win in the NBA. We give all those guys in that era a pass for not winning a championship because it was like, yeah, because Jordan was like, no, you can't
can't
win.
have one.
Yeah, you can't have one. No,
Yeah.
not even close. Not even in Game 7. No. 4-0, 4-1, 4-2. Fuck
Look-
out of here.
Look
And
at
then
the
the one
East. Oh, my bad.
championship they didn't. No, I'm sorry. The one championship they didn't win. He was like, oh, really? Okay, watch.
He was playing baseball.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even- yeah. He just came back and was like, yeah, oh yeah, I was over here fucking off with this other sport. Give me the rock.
He's like, I took up
Watch
golf and
this.
baseball.
Yeah, watch this.
What was the series that they had come up with for Jordan recently?
Oh,
The
the
Last
Last
Dance?
Dance.
yeah, you guys watched that, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love that
I
shit.
thought that was a wonderful documentary.
sick.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
You got a chance to see why he was really a psychopath.
And I like to see the whole team too. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, right?
Yeah, built
the
up.
whole Scottie Pippen thing.
That's something that I'll miss from the like Kobe Bryant was my real favorite player. Like after Jordan retired and I was pretty young,
Yeah.
so like Kobe was the guy.
Yeah, Kobe was our generational player.
Yeah. And like when Kobe passed, like we're gonna miss all those stories that he would have told us about like those games that we don't ever have the chance to know about while he was playing.
The behind the scenes.
Like that, yeah, the shit that he was really thinking, dude. Like, dude, yeah, that shit like breaks my heart. Yeah, because that shit was when he started doing like the like that little series he had. I forget what it was called. The highlight series.
Dude, I was a big Kobe hater growing up.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I mean he was a good player, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't like him because I would just he would destroy my team.
Yeah.
And so I'd just be like, oh, he's a ball hog. Fuck this guy. Yeah, he shoots a lot, but look, how many does he make? You know, like, yeah.
More than half.
Yeah, I know, bro. You know, I'm just saying, I would just talk all this shit, you know?
Yeah,
Like, fuck.
that's a dude. That was always the thing. People always hated on him. Oh, he has Shaq, and then Shaq left, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'll still win, motherfucker. I don't care. Like, I'll find a way. I'll find a way." And that's the thing
championship mindset
that bothers me about LeBron was like the going to Miami, which is like people are like, "Oh," it was like, dude,
he's trying to win.
I get it, but it's like, dude, you were playing for your home team, you know, like you had like he's like, oh, he came back, like yeah, he's just jumping around,
Yeah,
like
he actually.
I think it's different for Jordan too.
It's a good thing he got the chance to redeem himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he did, and even then he had to make Draymond fucking hit him in the nuts.
Yeah,
you know, he tried to fucking teabag Draymond.
You want to go there? Yeah, exactly.
It's like, then KD came in.
Game.
Yeah, and KD came over there and just smacked him the fuck up. Jordan never got smacked up. It didn't matter. No. Build a super team. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he didn't care. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
The guy that was supposed to be the threat, he'll just smash him.
Larry Bird was like that too. Larry Bird was like a killer. You know, Larry Bird had to play on a lot of good teams, but yeah, that shit's crazy. I love that shit.
And one Warrior hate that I never liked is saying that we have a super team, and you know, with KD, and we have to like draft all these free agents is like KD, like that's the only big name we ever signed from free agency. Everyone else we built,
and he only stayed and left for a little bit. They beat LeBron without KD.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
I to this day say we never did. We never needed KD. We never did.
No,
look,
but it was nice.
We lost that championship because of stupid mistakes and honestly because of fucking calls that the ref gave to LeBron.
Like Justice Azili.
Politics.
I hate Festus Ezeli.
Oh, you hate Festus? Okay, that's what I was like. What about him? Yeah, so like I feel like if they like had another chance in the exact same scenario, they'd win. No problem. I don't think they ever needed KD. I don't think we would ever need somebody like KD again, to be honest. I don't.
KD helped us a lot, too, in getting our rebounds back, because Warriors fucking suck. Warriors suck at getting rebounds for some reason.
How hard is it to find a decent big man? And at that, a big man that has the, like, fucking the loyalty to stay with the fucking team.
The new kid was like, good.
Dude, who did we...
hold on. My biggest issue with the whole getting a rebound is they shoot the ball, and they all just stand there and look at it. Like, I get it. Yeah. I get it. It's probably going to go in. Yeah, I get it. It's probably going to go in. Right now, we don't have that luxury. But, dude, everyone's just standing there just like, yeah, it's going to go in. Like, nah, bro, go hustle. And if it doesn't make it, then... Or if it makes it, cool.
Be that guy.
That's my one complaint about Wiseman so far is, like, me and my girlfriend's dad were talking about this. He's a big Warriors fan. Like, dude, you're 7-1 and you only get 3 rebounds a game. How? Jesus. You're 7-1.
Yeah,
get in there.
Just stand there.
Grab one, motherfucker.
Put your hands up.
Yo, grab it, nigga. Like, come on.
That and turnovers when they pass the ball, they get sloppy sometimes.
That's always been them. Yeah. Steph's like that too. Steph's sloppy sometimes. He likes to try and do too much.
Yeah, they get fancy. And
we'll see when Clay comes back. We'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about
it. Don't forget about Clay.
Clay Thompson.
Clay's that man, bro.
Yeah.
I like Clay.
He's great.
Man of the people.
Yeah, for real.
You see him down at the hood?
Yeah.
Fucking around?
Yeah.
Fucking around, Jim.
He's a good guy.
He rolled up on my cousin.
Women?
Yeah. He rolled up to the hood on my cousin. And he fucking rolled up on him and like was like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
How about that fake Clay? The one that would get into the word?
Chubby Clay?
Yeah.
What do I feel like I remember Chubby Clay, but I can't.
It was the guy who kind of looked like Clay Thompson, but he was kind of big and like chunky, and he
I
like.
remember though.
Dude, he got through security.
He was like standing in the stands. Yeah.
Fans were were like asking for autographs and this and that.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
Like if Klay Thompson would be in the parking lot in his full gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Wearing a knockoff jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the on the court. The swing.
Not even a Klay Thompson jersey.
The swingman.
It's blue.
Yeah.
He has the wrong stadium when they were in San Francisco or whatever.
Yeah, it's an out of date jersey.
All right, I'm gonna have to start wrapping this up, guys. So it's been a good time. It's too fun. So we're gonna go into the live question segment. For anyone that's still watching, if you have a question, now's your chance to ask. gonna take a quick 45-second break, and we'll get back to it. So see you guys on the other side. All right, quick break.
I'm gonna go to bed.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Public service announcement for all the people out there listening to this funky ass boom bap album. Check it out.
All right, we're gonna be back. So
I'm back.
yeah, you've been back.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'll wait till till Mike gets back. But
What's that?
I said
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're cool. I said we'll just wait till Mike gets back. But I really appreciate you guys coming on here, man. This has been a good time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a good time, man.
Oh, this has been awesome.
And he's back. Shh. Oh, you can't hear. Hold on. Shh.
You said
He's
that's
back.
what she said?
No, he says he's back. Shh. And then you have the headphones on. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
You can't hear me.
Shut up.
So
I'll invite him on the next one.
so someone asked, or Twiners asked, is there any more anime recommendations that you guys would suggest?
Oh, Attack on Titan, for
He likes
sure.
Attack on Titan.
Dude, look, I'm not even a big anime guy, but I will tell you, Attack on Titan is so good because it just throws you for a loop. I can't give you any spoilers. All I will say is not all is what you see. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Yeah, and it's just a wild ride, and then it's a good commentary on our world today. So I definitely recommend Attack.
Was
on
it
Titan.
you guys that? No, never mind. It wasn't your guys' podcast where I heard that from.
He really recommends Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, and then I'm old school. I like Ghost in the Shell.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's, yeah, one of my
He
favorites.
introduced me to Cowboy
Those
Bebop.
are
That's a good
all.
one.
They were all on that Tsunami Hour blog.
Yeah.
Cowboy
Yeah,
Cowboy
you
Bebop is like probably right under Dragon Ball Z for me. Dragon Ball Z is just so much longer in the character arcs. So literally,
It's still going.
Cowboy Bebop is one season, and the entire season is like every episode's like a little movie. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
And it leaves you with a feeling of wanting more, but you're never ever gonna get more.
Dang, that sounds like I don't want to watch it.
It almost is that way, but it's worth the why. It's so good, it's worth the heartbreak.
So and then Twiner said he's an 85 Celica owner. I own an 85
Oh.
Celica as well. Actually, I own an
Nice.
84 Celica as well too.
Oh, that's sick, dude. That's awesome.
So
Wow.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this or not. I think so. I mean, I beat the case. So I think I should be fine.
It's just
We can save that as like a cliffhanger for next podcast.
Yeah.
Find out next time whatever Jerry may have gotten himself into.
So I'll just say there's 3 incidents.
Okay. Oh, wow.
The last one was bullshit, which is the one I got the case for.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
The first 2, I did not get caught, and I did not learn my lesson.
Or you street racing?
Yeah, but
That man
I was the only one
drifting.
racing.
That man was drifting.
Yeah, he said, yeah, but I was the only one racing against my own time.
Yeah. Just trying to beat my quarter mile.
Like in
around
Mario
the block.
Kart, where you race the ghost of your best time. You know?
All right. Well, so when I turned 18, I came to Washington.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know where the fuck anything was. Like my dad lived here. I grew up here for a bit. But you know, when you drive somewhere, it's different. So I got drunk at a party, and I always have this rule where like if I get drunk, I'm just gonna sleep in the back of my car till I wake up, and then I'll head out.
In the back of your Celica?
Yeah,
Love it.
just any
I love it.
any car. But yeah, the Celica.
Okay.
It was the Celica that night. So
Okay.
I'm assuming once I walked out that door and I had the keys in my hand, I just went into autopilot, and
Oh, no.
so I
He's like, one thing led to
so
another.
yeah, I walked out the door.
One leads to another.
I walked out the door. I'm assuming I unlocked it, and I'm assuming once I unlocked it, I was like, I'm good to drive.
Yeah, you're...
So
Fuck, I need to sleep here for.
so quick second later, which I'm assuming was quick. I don't know. I'm in the side of some ditch. No, I was about to be in the side of some ditch. I look down at my Reveter. I'm in like first gear, banging like the 7,000
like 8,000?
RPM.
Oh my god.
In the little
Oh
Celica.
no.
Yeah, and I was heading into a ditch, and so I corrected myself. And you know how it's rear wheel drive and those cars are wobbly, so it was already. When you're sober, those cars are a little hectic to drive.
Can get a little loose. Yeah.
So I see myself going into a ditch.
Like-
Yeah. So I got the wobbles and I got stuck. I was like, dude, I can't get out. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I just like floored it. This is once you snap out of it, you're like first, second gear, like smashing. You kind of sober up. I'm assuming the adrenaline. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was back to being completely sober.
Nice. Yeah, you shit yourself down there. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, so I'm on the side of some ditch and I couldn't like reverse out. And so I was like, fuck it. I just like peeled out of it. I drifted out of this canal. I'm sure if anyone's seen that, like it would have looked fucking crazy. Like, I'm just drifting sideways out of this canal. Yeah.
This guy's playing Forza in real life.
This guy's initial D.
Yeah, bro. And remember, I didn't know where I was. Like,
oh, great.
So I made it home. I don't know. I was just
autopilot.
Dude, once that adrenaline kicked in, I was like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. And this story gets a little crazier too. I made it home. I couldn't close my door to my car. That was annoying. So once I parked the car, the drunkenness kicked back in.
That's my door too.
Yeah. So so I couldn't close the door to my car. It was kind of weird. So I went to go ask my friend that lived across the street from my dad. I went to go ask him about it. I called him. He didn't answer his phone. So I opened up his window. I jumped in his room. And I slapped him so he could wake up. I was like, hey, I was like, my car door's not opening, bro. Can you come check it out? He's like, what the fuck are you doing in my room? I was like, I just told you my car door's not opening. Like, come help me. And he's like, oh, all right then. And so like, he's like, bro, what'd you do to your car? I was like, what? And then I looked, bro, the whole frame, the whole side of the frame was just like carved in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
so
shit.
I'm assuming whatever I cut, like a piece of the road, just like.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure, bent the fuck out of it.
Yeah. So, anyways, I had the hatch. There's the GT. I had the hatch. I found a ST.
Okay.
It has a trunk. So that's the one I have now. So,
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have one with the trunk now. It's pretty sweet.
Cool.
I was at a friend's, his sister's graduation party or something. Same thing. Got drunk. Was gonna sleep in my car. Same thing happened. Once I got to my car, apparently I decided driving.
I did it once. I could do it again.
Yeah, I got out of that. I blew my motor because I was fucking banging gears.
I bet.
Yeah, and cracked my what is it? The bell housing.
Okay.
Right there, like in the transfer case of the.
You told that shit then, huh?
Yeah. And I called my friend and I was like, "Hey, bro, I fucked up my car. Can you come tow my car to my?"
I fucked up my car.
Yeah. This time not cosmetically, but
yeah,
in the internals. And so that happened. And I was like, "Hey, can you bring me some water?" And he's like, "Sure." So he brought me some water, and he thought I was gonna drink it. I just poured it on the engine. Just
okay.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, that didn't work." So that happened.
I flipped the engine like that on a Camry.
Yes, and then I bought an 83 or 84 Celica to just transfer everything over into it. It has the 22R, not the 22RE.
Oh, I don't know too much about the engines.
Yeah, so that's that. So yeah,
I was driving home and one time.
Hold on, and then now, sorry,
okay.
that was the third part. I don't want to leave you hanging.
No, it's all good.
They tried getting me for DUI, which would be reasonable those last two times.
Well, they followed you home or what? Or they found like where you?
No.
Wait, this is the third time?
This is in my WRX, my Subaru.
Oh, mercy.
So I was watching boxing with my friends, and I stopped drinking. I drank a lot earlier through the day and smoked a lot, and then I stopped around a certain time.
Allegedly.
Well, I beat my case, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This was all out there. This is, and what's it called? I stopped, so that way I wouldn't be drunk anymore, obviously, so I can drive. And bro, I was on my phone changing a song, and I barely touched the line, and the cop said that I was swerving all over the place, and that's why they pulled me over.
Jesus.
My buddy got one just like that, a block from his house.
Taking any excuse they can.
Yeah, bro, and like I watched the video, Dude, my lawyer's like, right here is where you. He's oh no, wait, it's right here. Like we couldn't even tell where I fucked up at. And yeah, so I beat. They got me wet and reckless because my blood alcohol was under the limit. I told them to give me a blood test because I knew I wasn't drunk.
Yeah, it's smart. You always do the blood test. Breathalyzers are dog shit.
I was like, I'm not drunk, and I passed the test, like the little physical test. And I told the cop, he's all, I'm still gonna take you to jail. I was like, I passed your test. I was like, let me go. He's all, that doesn't matter. He's all, you reek of alcohol. And I was like, yeah, maybe.
So what?
Yeah, I passed your test.
I could have been working at a distillery.
I was making out with a girl who was drunk.
Yeah, and I was like, bro.
I spilled beer on myself.
Consensually.
Yeah,
It's your mama. It's your mama's pussy, bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, I passed the test.
So I was like, whatever. I've gotten away 2 times being super drunk driving, and I could have hurt someone. I could have hurt myself. And luckily, nothing bad happened like that. So
don't do it, kids.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, it costs a lot of fucking money, dude.
I'm sure it did.
But yeah,
lawyer and everything.
Yeah, my lawyer's cool though.
Could have cost you your life.
Yeah, exactly. Or someone else's, or even worse, someone else's life, man.
It's like a PBS after school.
If I killed myself driving, I mean that'd be terrible, but it'd be
Smoking
worse.
weed and driving is fine. Though.
Yeah, if you can handle it.
I
don't know the science behind it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I
Legally,
heard my guy.
legally, I don't know.
Our lawyers tell us.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just because I said it was 3 times. That 3rd time was just bullshit.
Yeah.
The 3rd time when I didn't deserve it is when they gave it to me. So
Oh yeah.
I was just like, all right, fuck
That's
it.
funny. That's funny.
I was like, fuck it, this is what I get, like that's fine.
Yeah.
And then and then they took me to like a sobriety place instead of a holding tank because I was being cooperative. Actually,
Sobriety tank.
Like a sobriety,
like a home, like a shelter, like a rehab.
Wow,
anyway,
they took you there instead of jail, you lucky motherfucker.
yeah. Oh, anyways, before I went to go get the blood drawn at the hospital, right? I looked at the nurse. I looked at her right in the eyes. I was like, "Help me, do something to dirty this test."
Oh my god.
Well, because I knew I was good, but still, like, fuck, I knew I was drinking earlier, and I knew,
She's like, let me see your
Still
dick.
asked help me.
Yeah,
See your dick.
I looked at her. I was like, my sister works at this hospital. She's like, I never heard of her. I was like, you fucking bitch.
No, that's hella funny.
I got arrested one time. Got punched by a cop in the nose and the gut, and the fucking the nurse at the jail was like, "Oh, you have any injuries?" I was like, "Yeah, I got punched in the nose by the police," and she was like,
No.
Anything else besides that?
Yeah.
She didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. She's also no.
I was like trying to get some help. Yeah, so she was just like, "Yeah, so,
I don't
yeah.
want to know that.
Yeah, well, so what do you want from me, nigga? Like, I ain't gonna have this work here."
So no injuries.
Yeah, she
Help
didn't
me.
give a fuck.
Yeah, bro.
And it was fucked up too. She was a black lady. So I was like, "Girl, help me, please, help me, girl, please."
Yeah, help me, sister.
Yeah, help me. My mom was black. Like, please help. Nope. She was like,
Yeah, I tried.
off to the gulag. Fight your way out.
Yeah, bro. So they took me to some rehab place. There was like 6 beds in a room, and I had to talk to like the people there before they put me into the
Interesting.
the room. Anyways, like there's like 6 cots, and the blankets are super thin. And I went to the other 2 beds and I grabbed their blankets and I took them and I triple blanketed myself so I could sleep that night. I was like, fuck
Nice.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Way to be resourceful.
Yeah. And then they asked me
Yeah.
like, do you want any water or Gatorade? I was like, well, fuck yeah. Like, I'll take like 3 bottles. Like, fuck. I'm in this bitch. I might as well enjoy it. Like,
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. At least you didn't go to jail.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Don't drink and drive, kids.
Yeah, bro.
No. Big no.
Unless you're on a boat, it doesn't count.
Yeah. Taxi.
That's even worse. Don't drink and swim. You probably will
Or
die.
drive a boat.
Yeah, I like how he takes swimming out of that.
Yeah, Mike was like, "Yeah, don't get in the water." Like, yes.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're drinking and driving, you have a couple of beers on the boat, you could probably get yourself from point A to point B, right? But if you're drinking and you fall off that boat,
Oh, good point. Like a cruise ship.
But what if you have a life jacket? Then you're just floating in bliss.
Okay, who's just gonna
Out in
have
the
a life
open
jacket
ocean.
on? Yeah.
Mako
Hey,
sharks.
we're gonna go to the
bluefins.
lake this weekend. Make sure everybody brings their life jackets.
I mean,
That sounds smart.
legally you're
that
supposed
sounds smart, but who does
to.
that?
Legally you're supposed to.
Have you ever been jet skiing?
I know our friends don't. But legally you're supposed to.
Have I ever been jet skiing? No, I
I've
haven't.
been jet skiing. Yeah, my uncle had
Bro,
jet
you
skis.
gotta wear a life jacket.
I've been kayaking.
You gotta wear a life
You're supposed
jacket
to.
when jet skiing.
I mean, you're supposed to wear a life jacket anytime you get in a boat.
Yeah, but like,
That's
there's
true.
times I'm
regulating
hunting. some
Joe's boat.
The fucking police?
Yeah. Look, dude, I used to party at Lake Berryessa. There was a lot of motherfuckers riding around on boats drunk with no life jackets.
Yeah.
And people died every summer out there at Lake Berryessa. They shut that shit down. There used
Yeah.
to be this spot in the cove with this bridge, bro. Yeah, they used to have like wet t. It was like MTV Spring Break out there. Yeah, wet t-shirt contest, the whole nine.
I like how you're like, dude, no one would wear life jackets. A lot of people would die though. Yeah.
A lot of death.
Yeah,
A lot
of death. That sounds like that correlates correct. Well, the only reason I say with the jet skis, bro, you fly off that thing, you're gonna have no air, and then you're gonna drown because you can't.
Yeah, especially if you can't swim.
Oh yeah.
I've done some crazy shit on jet ski. We used to tie tubes behind them. We used to tie
Yeah,
a
dude,
couple
exactly.
tubes.
And then like you've been on the back of it, and you're like, hey, slow down, I can't hold on, speed up, like you're being dicks.
No problem.
Yeah, and then they turn fast, make a wave in the water, and you're in the air, and then you
I'll tell you what.
skip like a rock.
Yeah, I've done some.
Oh my God.
I've done some stupid shit in a boat duck hunting too, like out like jumping logs and shit, just like rushing to get places in a boat. Dude, you flip a boat over, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? All your shit's going out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why. Yeah, you got. Yeah. The boats are dangerous.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're so expensive.
Most fun shit is dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they say.
That's a good way to end it. Kids, if you want to have fun, go do some dangerous shit.
I don't endorse this. I don't endorse that.
We always talk on our podcast about how when I was a kid, my dad and my uncle used to let me and my cousin just wander the woods with, like, I got my hunting license when I was 9. At 9, I was even before that, I was wandering the woods with the BB gun, unsupervised, just like out in the woods. You'd never hear people doing that with their kids anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That generation's gone, dude.
Yeah, now
My
their
dad
kids
was
will
just like,
now their kids will shoot themselves because they don't know about it.
oh, dude, yeah, my dad used to give me a BB gun. Mendocino Forest, they go off quail hunting. They're like, here's a BB gun, you know, and meet you back at the truck at dark.
If you
No
make
thought that we were gonna.
if you make it back, you make it back.
Oh, dude, we were
Well, they got a
fine.
BB gun. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do shit, dude. We used to have fun.
Hell yeah.
Never got in really real trouble.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
I heard that on another podcast that made me laugh. She's just like, oh yeah, that's the circle of life. And he's like, what? He's like, that doesn't even make any sense.
Right.
He's like, but I'm gonna start using that.
Right.
But,
Oh, we're
It
gonna
is
wrap
what
this
it
bad
is.
boy up or what?
yeah, I would say you guys have any questions for me since
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love this spot, dude. Everyone's
How
like,
about? I think we should put a pin in that until next time. We should
Yeah.
have some questions next time. We'll have you
yeah,
on our podcast.
we'll have you on ours and we'll ask you some questions.
oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Talk about your podcast, how you got started and stuff.
okay, yeah. Technically, I didn't even ask you any of that on here. We can maybe do that next time.
Yeah, next time for sure, for sure.
But
Yeah.
this is the part where you guys plug in your socials, where we can find you, where we can find your podcast. That's the one I would probably start out with, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do.
This guy's our social media.
Yeah, so
manager,
Instagram at stoner_hour, Twitter by the same handle. Mike, you want to give out your?
You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/StMichael69. We also have a Discord called Paradise that you're more than welcome to join. If you go to our Instagram, our Twitter, our Twitch, it will have links to the Discord. So if you want to join, we're in there oftentimes and we're just chatting it up and we're
Bullshitting.
posting memes and things like that. If you want to join, be a part of the community.
That's how me and him share ideas for the podcast. Just
Yeah.
in that Discord.
So it's a pretty fun place to be.
A lot of streaming. You just stream on there, don't you?
Yeah, so
Or a live chat?
just tune into twitch.tv/StMichael69 and you'll see all of the ish stuff. And then also on YouTube, the Intellectual Stoner Hour. You can always search us up and we have our episodes up there.
Is that the only place we can find you guys at? Is on Twitch, or the
Twitch and
the
YouTube.
podcast, Twitch, YouTube.
Spotify
and the
on Spotify.
podcast. Yeah, you can find us on every major podcast platform that's available. So if you have it, we're probably on it.
Yeah, the Intellectual Stoner Hour
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was trying.
on Spotify.
That's where I was trying
Don't-
to go with that.
You could look up the ish and you'll probably get the result, but the Intellectual Stoner Hour will definitely get you
Yeah,
the
results.
result you're looking for.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And before I let you guys go, I gotta plug in my stuff.
Yeah,
So,
Please, yes.
big round of applause to the Intellectual Stoner Hour crew. I almost said
Hey.
international.
Places we go.
And my show's been international, just not bragging.
Nice.
Bragging.
I saw you gone for Portugal,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
which is near Spain.
Fabio.
Yeah.
I've also had a guy from the UK,
Nice.
Pixie Podcast.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's I thought that was awesome.
We appreciate the invite.
Yeah, no problem. And you guys could find the Why Not Me podcast live Wednesday 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You could always rewatch episodes. We have different guests. Obviously, we got the Intellectual Stoner Hour crew here, Mike and Mike. We talk about we didn't talk about weed a lot, which I was kind of hoping we did. But
We rarely do. We rarely do.
yeah. So,
That's what
but
makes us unique, but
we
next
have
time.
we have these awesome guests like this where we just talk about whatever. We talk about how the Why Not Me podcast was made so people could figure out how to start a business, how to start a podcast, how to start something, how it was made, different backgrounds people started. The whole point is why not me? Why can't I do it? So I'm in the shoes of the average Joe, and we have different guests from artists, musical artists. I haven't had a painter artist, but no sandwich artist, no one from Subway. But just a bunch of different guests. It ranges. And then I have top 3 tech where I review different tech. I've been reviewing GPUs. It's been pretty cool. A lot of people are having trouble getting their hands on those, so me being able to get the new ones is an awesome thing. And I also have the top 3 gaming Tuesdays live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I stream me playing video games, me and the squad. Anyone's free to join if you're cool, but at the same time, you might not be able to play with me because if you're weird, I don't want to play with you. So feel free to check any of those out. I'm no longer on Twitch. I'm just on YouTube. I started off on Twitch on YouTube, and I guess we can get into that another time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, so I was doing the dual thing too, so we'll leave it at that. But big round of applause for Mike and Mike.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna hold you guys for one more minute, and then we'll let this go, okay?
Yes, sir.
You gotta love the awkwardness, right?
Right.
It's actually one of my favorite things about this. The guilty pleasure.
The sticker I got. They have a